It's not just that the Reaper is still blasting. Time Warp from that blue Crow, though. That is pain for the red team to deal with right now. Can this support Chronomancer and make it back into the Druid? It is so low. They actually find a kill onto the Mirage. The Druid's going to go down. The Chrono maybe can stall this or at least try to help. They're going for it. They actually get the rally. I don't believe this. The red team is going to bring this back. Blue team with a huge overcommit into the Bell. They need to rotate, though. They've got to respond to this. They have to deal with the Scrapper. The Scrapper doesn't full cap. Monthly AT. It is the legend of the crown. Let me tell you this, guys. A lot of people are going to be sweating for this one. This is going to be some seriously good content. And I will tell you why. It is because it is the crown gizmo, guys. The most coveted of all of the gizmos. Let me tell you that. We have 3 Willbenders on this team. Wow. Some Guardian fans over here. But anyway, it's the first round. We're going to figure out who's playing. We're a little bit late to the party, actually, but don't worry, we're going to keep it going. Let's see if we can actually break into this and see who's playing right now. You're going to see the usual suspects, obviously, right? That's not a crazy surprise, actually. Prototype's playing, actually. That's pretty interesting. With Cranel, in fact, actually. Demon X. You know, this is a complete disaster, okay? Because everyone keeps getting banned, making new accounts, and playing on alts. I have no idea who any of these people are. We do have Syndrina playing, though, actually. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what team this is. So we have Syndrina on the Deadeye, obviously. Oh, wow, okay, we've actually got a bit of a team here, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, this is very, very big, actually. So we have Syndrina here, of course. And we have Draza, Wolf Spider on the Untamed, Riken on Vindicator. And we also have support. I think this is... Wait, who is this? I actually don't know who this is. I think it's Helio because it's playing support. The account name is Zand. Okay, but I'm pretty sure it's Helio. It's kind of interesting, actually. It looks like he was able to actually log into the game. There was some fun stuff going on there as well. But yeah, so we got Helio, Syndrina, Draza, Wolfspider, and Riken. Yeah, that's a very good team, that's for sure. That is one hell of a team right there. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, we have TAC. That's French. French Worms are in there as well. Mamaya's team. Let's see who's playing on this one. Let's see what we've got here. I see we have Mamaya's, of course. Benny, actually. Whoa. This is an exciting team, actually. Damn, this is a very good team. Yeah, Mamaya's, Benny, Maya, and Frey on the Vindicator here as well. So another very powerful roster, actually. Just kind of the variety pack of gamers, almost, I actually feel like. There's a bit of variety here. A lot of... These aren't exactly pug teams, right? But I think that a lot of kind of teams comprise of players that previously played in different teams have popped up here. This is a bit of a... This is a little bit of a hallmark of the current era of Guild Wars 2. Like, at least on... I think on NA as well. Because, of course, Helio playing on EU here instead of playing on NA as usual. Very interesting scenario, of course. Like, there aren't that many stable teams. Like, almost no team actually has a stable roster. Everyone is basically playing with different people every single month, more or less, which is pretty interesting stuff. So you really don't have, like, a clear kind of gauge on how well people are going to perform, right? Because it's just such a variety pack every single time, I guess. See if this is another interesting team here. This guy's account is Jesus Saves. Hentai Dude. What are these names? And they're winning, though. I'll say that. But it looks like just some pug teams here as well. And this one... Wait, game? I mean, okay, then. Fine. Red team comeback? Red team comeback, actually? No, there's too many deaths here. They've lost one of them, but they actually managed to get this rally war. But they need to contest, this Guardian here, this Dragon Hunter. Do they have a response to that? If they win the Bell, do they win the game? They do not. They've lost both of the Bells, so they do need to actually make this push. It is going to be the Willbender. No, wait, what? We don't need 3 people on the Bell, red team. Okay, now they're going to rotate out there, but they need to contest the Bazaar as well. What is going on here? This Reaper needs to get over here with this Guardian. They've got to contest this. They can't allow them to get this node. Wait, but what's the blue team doing? The blue team is not standing on the node. Okay, now they are. What is the red team doing? They didn't... They didn't even try and contest. You know what's funny? I actually think they could have won. I don't understand this. This is really bizarre play. Like, now they don't have time. There's no way they have time to push this. Like, all 5 of the blue team are going to be here. There might even be a decap going through there. Like, unless the blue team just troll and don't stand on the node, they can't really lose this game anymore. Yeah, they're even coming in with the reinforcement Dragon Hunter. Like, red team needs to start winning this fight immediately if they want to get this done. Let's see if they can make that happen. The support guard is very good, though. However, the support guard from the red team now getting nuked. Here comes the renewed focus. Renewed focus has been used by both the Guardians. There is a kill now being secured there as well. Can we see a signet? There's no line of sight there. Has to use it now. Has to go for it. Is going for it. Will it land? Oh, a nice knock there by... Dude, Garkos locks in the game. One of the most powerful players on the EU server as well. Fantastic stuff. They're playing that hammer willbender, pumping. There is a death on the blue team as well. Can they get that res? It's going to be scary to do that, I think. Oh, maybe they can get it. Is the kill? The kill is actually massive, though, from the red team. Red team trying to make something happen, but they just need to contest. I don't understand why they didn't contest this. Like, red team even holding their own in this fight, but... It's just they just let blue cap the node for free and then they lose the game. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. Bit of a rough game there. Cormier's Clash, Teaspoon Platoon, Shadow Phantoms. Is this game still going? It actually is. Good map to start. Ooh, okay, we got ourselves a game here. Another legend of PvP, guys. Arya, the new legend. One of the most powerful players in the entire game. Is now enabled. 30 points in this right now. Catalyst picking up the middle node here. Red team, actually, I think just coming off a really big win. They're able to control the map very well. Getting that cap there with the Thief, too. Blue team are going to be, of course, outnumbering here, so red need to be a little bit careful, but they're doing a good job of not inting here. This Chronomancer is, of course, a support. A little bit out of cooldowns. Has the heal mantra up in a couple of seconds. Has that blink as well available. Tries to go for the heal. Actually doesn't get it. Was maybe greeding a little bit on the support onto 6 Shen over there. And blue team are going to be able to clean up this fight. If this Ranger gets out and can stall, I think that's actually kind of good for red. Like, if this player can just be super annoying and hold 2 people in, this is definitely really good. It looks like they are going to be able to successfully do that as well. Blue team now going for a push over to middle. I wanted to see a hold here. I'd have liked the Catalyst to try and hold this, and the Thief to stay there and maybe help out there. I think that red kind of fumbling here a little bit. Yeah, especially seeing as this Catalyst is now in a lot of trouble. They just let the Scrappers immediately decap. Oh man, these are some messy rotations here out of both teams, to be honest, but maybe more so out of the red team. Like, they had a really good comeback there, but they kind of just threw it away almost immediately.
Be ready to give the signal and return fire once the cannons are loaded.
The bell coming up. How are the bells gone so far? Red, I think they've, yeah, red got 1, I think. And, no, actually, wait. Did red get this one here? It's hard to tell. The icons are kind of overlapping, but I think it's been 2 apiece. Or 2 to blue and then 1 to red. Oh, man. I feel like red really threw this game, actually. They were in such a good spot, but now they're really not. They're in a terrible position now, actually. Like, they're double capped. The bell is up. They have to contest that as well.
Cannons loaded. Ring the bell to signal them to fire.
Okay, this player is going to go for the contest. Into the bell. Chronomancer getting up it, but the red team needs to decap here. Maybe the Thief can find something here as well. Oh, but the Catalyst is feeds. That is a very unfortunate feed, actually. The Thief is going to be able to find the neutralization, but now they're a player down. No Catalyst in this team fight is going to suck a little bit. They've got the Druids. They've got a lot of sticking power here. Almost like 2 supports for the red team, so maybe they can hold on. The Thief is decapping. The blue team is kind of tunneling really, really hard on the bell. I'm honestly not sure if that's a particularly good play. I think they're starting to realize they shouldn't all be here now at this point. The Druid has to be careful. They're really starting to run out of cooldowns. The Chronomancer also very, very heavily pressured. Needs to hold on. Has the Distort available, so can Distort, and then has the shield block to follow up there as well. There is no Time Warp, though, or Continuum Shift. So this Chrono is very, very dry right now. This Reaper needs to be peeling for this Chronomancer. They've got to peel this Chrono. I like the Disengager, though, but it's still getting chased down and is going to go end up falling there as well. These players needed to stick together a little bit more. The Druid not really getting into the fray there as well. Is there a glyph? There is no glyph available. Oh, there is a counter kill, though. Actually, that's a big counter kill, but the rally comes through, unfortunately. Can the red team maybe kind of snowball something here? I'm not sure if they can. Catalyst going for this decap. Should be able to find it, actually, into the Scrapper. Scrapper cannot contend with this Catalyst. So red team kind of holding their own here as well. Can they find this kill? They've got to get a kill quickly. They are now outnumbered on the map. Chronomancer is not here. No support available. The Druid is holding on as best they possibly can. The Thief hunting for that kill. Looking for the kill onto ZYX Roman. Can they get that? Is that kill going to go down? It's not just that the Reaper is still blasting. Time warp from that blue Chrono, though. That is pain for the red team to deal with right now. Can this support Chronomancer and make it back into the Druid? It is so low. They actually find a kill onto the Mirage. The Druid's going to go down. The Chrono maybe can stall this or at least try to help. They're going for it. They actually get the rally. I don't believe this. The red team is going to bring this back. Blue team with a huge overcommit into the Bell. They need to rotate, though. They've got to respond to this. They have to deal with the Scrapper. The Scrapper doesn't full cap. Okay. And they're going to come back into this fight. I think red are kind of okay here. This Chrono's got to be a little bit careful. Has the Signet reload. Siction is now very, very precious as well, though, that Reaper. Chrono trying to go for this thing here as well. The shield block is going through. There's nothing left for this Chrono. They've got to get something done. The Thief is going to go down here. Blue team, if they win this spell, they're going to win the game. Oh, it looks like it is going to work out. I can't believe red team didn't win this fight. That's actually wild. But can they, yeah, I mean, it's over. Oh, man, it was actually a based play for the Scrapper to go back into the Bell. Just win the Bell, win the game. Man, that was such a risky move, to be honest. Because if they'd lost that fight, they would lose instantly. But the Scrapper just pumping enough to get it done. Wow. And blue team, they win. 2 seconds left and the game times out. That was some insanity right there. What actually insane game. That's actually wild. That game was crazy. It was a Game of Thrones towards the end. Oh, this is a massive one. It's his French Worms. Tack is a spree, also known as the Big Worm, also known as French Worm's leader, up against Cinder. That's a very exciting match. One of those things that you could potentially see being the finals, actually. Let's go ahead and get into that. Oh, God. And this is like a double degen team as well. This is... Oh, this is actually extremely funny, isn't it? So hang on a minute. On the... Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Yeah, let's not... Yeah. Is this Misha? Yeah, this is Misha. So it's Misha playing with Nonomelon with Demolish, Zintrix, and Erza. Yeah, another really strong team, actually. Going with double Spellbreaker, actually. We could definitely see Demolish reroll, though. Zintrix is a big warrior gamer. Demolish, definitely more of a multi-classer. And I think we may see him actually playing some other things throughout the tournament. Of course, Misha, Mesmer main, but again, multi-classer. But, you know, he's going to be playing support because Chrono's very good. Not Mel on the Deadeye. But I actually really want to see this this other game, actually. This other game, it's going to be on Fofar, too. That's a fun map. Let's take a look. Yeah. Okay, on the red team, it's Syndrana, Deadeye, Draza, Spellbreaker. As you can see here, Relic of the Midnight King, that Fury uptime, really nice for Warrior, actually, so you kind of get those guaranteed, that consistency in your critical strikes. With the extra precision from Spellbreaker, too, right, with Attacker's Insight, combine that with the Fury from Midnight King, and you're having a good time. You absolutely are. With the staff and, of course, the dagger and sword. Sword offhand really nice now, actually, because you still have that block. A lot of adrenaline gain and a lot of damage, actually. You'd be surprised how much damage you can do with that offhand. And the staff. Big mobility, of course. And, of course, some really good defensive stuff as well. Like, very high mobility, very good defensives. Some boon axes there as well. We have Wolf Spider here on the Untamed. No surprise, one of the best builds out there right now. Riken, Vindicator. Here it is, Rune of the Spellbreaker and Relic of the Wayfinder for that movement speed, and you get super speed when you get in combat as well. Really nice for just quickly roaming around and getting those kills. And of course we have Helio on support Guardian, Chronomancer even rather. Sword, shield, rifle, all the usual stuff. Feedback, Signet of Illusions, Blink, and of course the Time Warp as well. Going up against Weaver. This is actually a really interesting choice actually from a spree. Tack Ellie here. And it's going to be Arcane, Earth, and Weaver here. Very interesting setup, actually. Getting that protection on the stance skills with Armor of Earth, Primordial Stance, Twist of Fate, and Weave Selther. Using Hammer with Sage Amulet, Melandru, and Relic of the Twin Generals. So using that heal skill, of course, a double charge heal skill is going to be applying that weakness and also generating might for this build as well. A very interesting setup there. We have not seen anything like this for a long time, actually. We have Thai World Champion here. actually. And it's going to be the Heretic Spellbreaker. This is Goku, of course. And this is actually an interesting build. This build pops up a lot in 3v3, actually, where you do play this Heretic kind of hybrid Spellbreaker build that's got a bit of healing on it. It obviously still has damage with that power, precision, ferocity, but it has the healing power attached to it as well, with Relic of the Defender and Ruin of the Scrapper, so blocking converting into healing. We have Hammer GS here as well on the Vindicator. Kill on support Chrono, and rejection on Deadeye. You know, this is that French technology, guys. I will say this. Like, you might go, whoa, this is a bit of a weird setup to go for here, and I think you're definitely not wrong. Certainly an unusual pick. You don't see this very often. But you can never underestimate French theorycraft, guys. The French are well known in this game to often be on the absolute bleeding edge of Guild Wars 2 PvP theorycraft. If you see French players running stuff, you know that there's a reason, right? It's not random. This is not like some kind of troll setup. There is a reason this has been picked. And let's see how it's going to play out. But already an unbelievably close game, actually, between these teams. They're just kind of trading blow for blow in the early stages of this game. Warrior from the red team actually being driven away. No, but not going to bother fighting on Node there. Of course, we have this 1v1 over here. Weaver into the Untamed. Now being plussed here as well. Tak Ellie looking to get that decap, forcing that issue. They are able to do that. In fact, they have the Quarry over here, but the Deadeye is going to slip over to grab that. Ooh, Untamed here from Wolfspider in a little bit of trouble here. Chrono comes in there, has that support, does find it. Deadeye going for the snipe here as well. But some good terrain. Line of sighting is going to deny that damage. A bit of stealth there as well. The Untamed is wriggling away and has managed to fully heal, getting that Troll Ungent off. There's the port up there as well with the rifle to re-engage quickly. Nice little maneuver there from the red team. Ooh, Blue Warrior in trouble. Has that Defiant stance, though.
Just like that.
Gets a big re-heal. And they want to take out that Vindicator. Like, both teams pretty damn tanky, actually, right? And yeah, there's the kill. There we go. Vindicator and that Warrior connecting. Get the job done. And blue team holding on here right now. Draza trying to back off. Trying to stall a little bit here. Moving around. Warriors tethered together. What a classic. And blue team going for a push as well. They're going to keep going. Of course, they are going to have to watch out for mid. There is going to be a response. That looks like it is going to be the Warrior and the Vindicator potentially backing off there. But we actually have Zeolith getting that full cap now. Able to get that locked in. And Syndra and I are going to have to wriggle away here a little bit. Trying to find something. But red team looks like they're just going to go for a big regroup here. Going to go for a massive fight. This is definitely an appropriate map to go for it. They're really looking for that Weaver. How are the quarters looking on the Weaver? They are not looking good whatsoever, actually. The support is fantastic, though, from that Chronomancer. Still one stun break available here as well, and that Weave Self. But I think the Ellie has to be a little bit careful. They're going to go in, though, really try and converge onto that Untamed. Untamed does cut away there. Is there any follow-up? But actually, Chronomancer getting pushed away as well. Cannot engage. That's going to leave the red team without some support here as well for the time being. Chronomancer still under pressure. Has no heal skill. Can't really channel that. Oh, it's going to go for it. Actually might find it. Just barely finds it. Is it going to be enough to keep this Chrono alive? Yes, into the rifle, into the 3 and the 5 with that barrier, but getting pulled back in there. The blue team really want this kill now. There's no distort, but it's up in a few seconds. I think this Chronomancer is kind of out of the woods now. There'll be a double distort available very, very soon. Some very good kiting and survivability there by Helio. Blue team not quite able to finish the job there. Now they're going to try and turn it around onto the blue team's Vindicator. Can they get that done? We actually have Syndra taken out there in a 1v1 by the Thieves. That's a big 1v1 to win, actually. That's going to give full map control over to the blue team for the time being. Hammer GS trying to desperately hold on. The evasion is really starting to run out now on this Vindicator. They're having to kite away, having to run. The Chronomancer said they get pulled back in. That might be a kill. A very big pull from the Spellbreaker. They don't make it! The dash on the Greatsword is not enough. They can't res that. That's not going to happen. And blue team lose a player, but at what cost? At what cost here? We have the reinforcement from the Deadeye now as well. Rejection coming in there. Blue team starting to defuse this fight as they have essentially lost it. But of course, that was a long fight. It was a really, really long fight there. And they were able to pick up that kill, but they didn't get anyone else. They only found the Vindicator, who's already back, and they haven't even won the node yet. This Warrior is still capable of stalling. This Warrior is still capable of denying any kind of push here from the red team. They can't get rid of this. Of course, that extra healing power kind of putting in the work here to an extent as well. Will get even more sustainability from having that defense trait line. On top of course, having a pretty nifty heal skill as well for those types of situations. And red team incredibly far behind, and this is a very interesting one here. I think the French theorycraft certainly paying off in droves. Red team is going to have to adapt to this. Like, you look at red team, you think it's the all-stars, right? It's Syndra, it's Draza, it's, Helio, right? These are some of the players who are winning even the big community tournaments. Like, you expect to see them performing at the very highest level, but you never underestimate the French, guys. French theorycraft are some of the most powerful theorycraft in the game, and I think you see that here now. Utilizing that Heretic Spellbreaker and, of course, this Sage Weaver. at the same time. It seems to be capable of standing toe-to-toe with this Untamed, right? Which is, you know, a very big accomplishment. Untamed, one of the most fearsome 1v1 builds in the game currently, and this Weaver doing a good job of surviving that also in that outnumbered situation when we see those additional players come in. You know, the Elementalist able to hold on here. Hammer GS is going to drive this weight, get this Elementalist back in control of this node. Probably aren't going to waste time actually going for the kill. The Deadeye might have a go, though. Yeah, here we go, and I think this is just, I'm pretty sure the goal here for Blue is just guarantee the node. We may even see the Thief leave. Like, Untamed, very difficult to kill, actually. It's some good kiting potential here. They're in a little bit of trouble. The Jedi's trying to try their luck, but yeah, I kind of like this. I like the Deadeye just leaving here. Now will stay, actually, probably because of the red Deadeye also moving in to match that. And over here on middle, we just have this kind of stalemate here. Like, I do think that the healing power on this warrior kind of putting in the work here, if we're being honest, right? Very, very hard to take down, and also providing some of that support to nearby allies as well. Banner of defense, bit of barrier coming through there as well, of course, and the staff healing as well is not going to be insignificant in these situations as well. However, is getting heavily focused. Oh, gets the heal skill off, and actually, oh, a bit of a connection there does come through. The Vindicator, Greatsword 5, I believe, basically fully healing this warrior back up to full health, and then reinforcements from the blue team are going to be moving in here. At the end of the day there, and yeah, we do actually now see that, yeah, the blue Deadeye did actually die there, now coming back off respawn there, so a bit of a win there for the red team, but I'm not sure if there's much that can be done here right now, to be honest, for red. They're in a huge amount of trouble. I don't see if they can... I don't think they can really get back into this at this point. They're trying to find some kind of opening, but all of these fights are just a little bit too slow. They aren't able to get these kills quick enough in order to win this game. They really, really aren't. They're just being driven away and almost like out-attritioned, out-sustained. Like the durability and sustain of blue, just a little bit too much for the red team to deal with here. Yeah, blue still holding on to middle here. Thief goes down and grab the quarry. Now we'll push back in. We have this consistent 1v1. This is at the cornerstone of this strategy from the blue team, is to basically have this Elementalist just permanently 1v1, permanently 1vx. They are in a 1v2 now. Let's see if they can hold on. I mean, yeah, attack is really going for it, playing super aggressively, very confident that the Chronomancer is going to get here in time. Are we going to get in time? The evacuation portal does come through, and yeah, they don't even concede the node. Even with a 1v2 standing on point for all that time, it is not conceded. This Weaver's kind of putting in the work, I've got to say it. Again, not a build you'd really expect to see popping up. It's incredibly uncommon in the current meta. You see Catalyst sometimes, but Weaver, absolutely not. You really do not see that. And there it is. They even turn it right into a kill. Riken going down. No res here. That's not going to happen. There's simply too much DPS output here. That is going to be the end of this game. 434. This game is over, guys. We got to get out of here. We're done. We are absolutely done. Let's go check out the another game. Okay, well, that was, yeah. I mean, Misha's team won very convincingly. Let's see, is there anything that's a little bit close, maybe? Who's Team Perfect Storm? Perfect Storm. Oh, it's these guys. Blue team, just some pugs, I think. Are there any other big teams playing? Breaker. Nice. Breaker, you say? Oh, shit, it's Nace. What the hell? Yo! Nace is back in the mix. Pathetic support. Pathetic support. We got the Willbender going on here. We got the Thief. We got the Hollowsmith. Of course, we have the Spellbreaker as well. Yeah, look, this is actually really interesting. It doesn't appear that there are actually that many big teams playing right now. What it looks like is that they've kind of consolidated almost, right? Like a lot of the really big teams have consolidated into a couple of teams. Very interesting. I think that's kind of to be expected, though, actually. I think people really want that crown, right? So everyone is kind of trying to make the best possible team they can, and that's almost like reduce the total number of teams, if that makes any sense. And that's kind of what's going on here. And yeah, just to clarify that we're still on Swiss here, guys. Ooh, close game. Let's take a look. Okay, so on the red team, we've got Mad Mark. Loving that name. Wait, Tooth Fairy Cameron. And actually, they just wiped. Can they come back in as blue team? Gonna find themselves with a triple cap, I think. But red team, they do actually still have a very small point advantage that is not going to be here for long, but if they can maybe get back in and get this kill very, very quickly, they can start a big repush. They actually find it as well. Is this a support? This is not. This is a Vindicator moving in. Is there any support? No, there's nothing for the blue team. Ooh, blue has got to be so careful here. They've just got themselves a triple cap. They're in a good spot. Losing that player is not the end of the world. They need to not overcommit here, though. They need to play safe. Ooh, Vindicator looking for the kill. Elementalist goes immune. It's actually a core Ellie based. Oh, tries to hold on, but cannot do so. But actually, maybe a rally here. Is this a rally? I think it is. Red team, find the rally. They pick up another kill onto the Vindicator as well. Now it's a 1v3 onto Stealth Chairman.
Red team wins.
Stealth Chairman should be able to get away, and red team grab mid. They're also pushing over here as well. Tarantula God, Staff, Tempest. This build's actually not even bad. It's a healer. I thought it was a DPS player, but no. I mean, wait, what even is this build, actually? What is going on here? I don't know what this player is playing. They're playing Fire, Earth, Staff, Tempest, Sage, Amulet, Rune of the Engineer, and Relic of the Trooper. Bit of Condicons, bit of... It's like a hybrid build almost. A bit of damage, a little bit of support here. But they're actually going to go down there. Oh, no! They feed instantaneously as blue team pushes from respawn. Tooth Fairy Cameron ints instantly. Int party tries to go for a world vs. world montage, but is brutally farmed immediately. Blue team, though, they actually do need to get a decap. What is the engineer doing? Why is Radalab leaving? What? Okay, Radalab disengages, concedes the node. Yeah. He's about to get into the mix. Radalab goes for a big burst here. Will they find it? But blue team have got a pretty big edge right now. They've got to get these kills. Blue team, red team needs to find these kills immediately. They have to neutralize. Can they do it? What is going on? Why are we backpedaling? Why are we keyboard turning? No! Why? No! No, Radalab! Radalab has fallen in battle, guys. Very unfortunate stuff. I mean, I don't know what to say about this game. This is like pure chaos. Stealth Chairman, the core Ellie is going to go for the hold. Does actually have the Earth Shield, so can waste a bit of time here. Oh, did take a lot of hits before using it, though, unfortunately. It's so very low. Needs to get some healing off. The water trance can be big. I like that blind. That's a big blind. Actually gets the Gale as well. Hold on. What? We're going back in. This guy is a Giga Chad. He's playing the 1v3. He doesn't give a fuck. He actually gets the kill in the 1v3. This guy is insane, but he loses the game anyway. Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Yo, players for the raid. Appreciate that, bro. Other game, this one? You love to see that. Alrighty then. Ooh. Oh, no, it's not. It's kind of a close one, but not anymore, really. Oh, red team, blue team collapsing, but I don't think there's time for a decap. Yeah, this Guardian just standing firm here. We'll be able to hold on to that, and that's the end of that game as well. Alrighty. Okay. I think that's kind of the end of the game, right? Ooh, Tak versus Mamayas. That'll be interesting, I think. That is going to be interesting. Apparently, some of the EU teams are playing on NA. That's kind of interesting, actually. Pretty damn interesting. Yeah. I caught up to my review of my Saris from yesterday. Your face is telling a lot. Well, I mean, you had some very unfortunate situations, okay? On the really close, on the 0.42, like, people just didn't take the portal. Like, what I mean, what was that? What happened? Yeah, Pludix, we're doing FC tomorrow and Strike CM FC as well. Probably later in the week, though. Fungus kicks into activation next week, guys. Fungus operations begin. We are doing FC tomorrow. Yeah, no, not Strikes. Strikes will probably be on maybe Saturday, like usual. Like maybe early Saturday, actually. But yeah, Fungus operations next week. Project Funga, yeah. Raid, Plenix, tomorrow we are doing Raid FC all CMs, Plenix. I am saving you. I am breaking you out of hell. Okay, you will no longer suffer. Tomorrow? Oh yeah, today's Saturday. Monday, yeah, Monday, guys. Monday. Yeah, this one, yeah, this is the one we want to watch, but I'm just waiting for it to, you know, exist. I am waiting for it to exist. ERP Lord. Ah, yes, I've got my legendary spear. Very exciting. All right. Oh. We good? They're not accepting. Salo, though, with tier 1. 19 billion years. Have you seen Darren's 0.4% wipe as well, Plenix? It's one of the most savage things I've ever seen. One of those brutal depletes ever. Deplete. Yes. All right. Will the game begin? Oh. There's no game. It's over. I want to see Magrus PvP. Magrus, when are you joining Fungus, dude? Complete your Fungus trial. Come on, bro. Go to Fungus Among Us, get a sub 1 minute. Actually, no. Fungus trial is 58-second Fungus. You have to do 58-second Fungus. We need more gamer. We need, yeah. I would Fungus if I didn't PvP. Wait, what are you saying? I mean, you are PvPing, right? Well, what do you mean? I don't even understand what you're even saying. I'm clueless. Let me in. They're not accepting, guys. They don't want us to see the game. They despise us. Who's playing on NA, then? Let me actually tune into... I think Sneb's doing it, right? I think Sneb's showing the stream. I'm relatively looking to make my first ult. I'm starting to be killing my remaining 7 brain cells on Chrono and making life easier on DH. There are pros and cons for each. Honestly, there are loads of easy Chrono, but like Heal Chrono, for example, is pretty easy to play, Salt. If you think Chrono's cool, I'd go for Chrono, my friend. That is the way to go.
Did you see that? Red team got a capture point.
Yeah. Ah, look who it is. Got Lord Helseth in the mix here right now, okay? Sizer is massive. Yeah, I actually follow his stream, so he's into a Marvel Snap now, right, actually, which is like the you know, the Ben Brode game. That's why that's going on with that.
Red team got a capture point.
Yes. Very exciting. Marvel Snap game. It's a pretty interesting game, actually. I'm not really much of a TCG kind of guy, to be honest, but it's interesting concept, actually. Very interesting design, actually. Read your massive message on Discord. All right, I will read it. I will read the massive message. All right, are we in yet or what? Are we in or are we out? Okay, Forest, love to see it. Good map. And let's see what's going down. We have on the red team, it's Mamaya's team. We have Mamaya's, we have Benny, we have Dra, we have Maya, we have Frey on the Vindicator. Going up against, it's going to be Tak on Untamed. Goku, again on this Spellbreaker here. Heretic's Amulet. We have Hammer GS on the Hammer GS Vindicator. Kill, support Chrono and Zeolith on Deadeye. We absolutely love to see that. All right. It's an interesting matchup, actually. I think red team, to me, is almost a bit of an unknown quantity. I actually have no idea how well this team is going to perform, if I'm being honest with you. So, let's see. You know, maybe they pop off. Maybe they don't. I have no idea. Let's find out. Red team immediately going for the push, having their Thief capturing their home node there as well. Both teams kind of intercept each other. So, like, yeah, blue team actually getting revealed there. So, red is aware of what's going on here. Red's Warrior moving over towards middle here to hold on. We actually have double Vindicator for the red team here. This is actually a setup we do not see very commonly, but that means there's going to be a huge amount of damage. Absolutely massive damage output from the red team with this double Revenant. So let's see how this fight is going to go. I mean, the damage output here with the support, I feel like this should be pretty okay. if, like, as long as red team can actually connect their damage, there's going to be a lot of damage up here. But Frey already getting nuked down into oblivion. Support Crota not actually able to kind of peel that player out, unfortunately. So not really working out so far, actually, for red, unfortunately for them. But again, blue is very, very powerful indeed. Like, this is no joke. Chrono and Warrior. Chrono's Mamaya's Kira, and Benny is the Warrior. So we have Tack on dumb spec. Currently into 1v2, but the support actually arrived just in the nick of time there. We actually have interesting setup here, by the way, on the Chronomancer. Actually torch offhand instead of the usual shield that we see on the support Chronomancer there. So basically having a little bit of extra, almost like CC and some stealth even on the Chronomancer, so to help them disengage and basically run away at this point. Here comes the big fight, though. Red Chrono getting focused down a little bit. They actually get a massive stun connecting onto the blue Chronomancer, though, actually. Who is very pressured, having to run away. Actually has completely nothing. Does have the stealth, but immediately gets revealed. Gets the reload with the Signet of Illusions. He's able to do that. And they actually turn it around. There we go. The blue Chrono holds on long enough for the remainder of the team to actually pick off the support from the red team. Pretty good stuff so far here. But yeah, it's kind of a very interesting style here. Like, the blue team very much having this kind of slow attrition grinder style. Breaking their opponents down over time. Now starting to take over the map here. Frey trying to fight back there, gets over the middle, is able to get that node. And blue team sending their Untamed over towards the mine at the same time. We have this Warrior 1v1. Probably going to be very stale, actually. I don't really foresee anyone dying in that 1v1. Oh, but Blue Thief actually does get caught here by that Spectre. Spectre, of course, is very interesting because, of course, it does have this very heavy condition damage element, which if you're able to connect that onto a Deadeye, they are going to have some difficulty there, right, in that 1v1. Like, kind of getting that catch is pretty big. And no Deadeye, and maybe no Chronomancer as well for the blue team. Could potentially be a problem, but they do actually have the Signet of Illusions again, so they're good to go. Even actually able to execute a little bit within Continuum Shift there at the same time. And here we go. The Ellen Spectre supporting from on high here. This is just going nowhere. I don't see red team being able to break through this, to be honest. Even though they are actually outnumbering, the Chrono is just free casting, right? It's like complete free cast support there. Blue Thief now moving in to help there as well. But red, they're not really getting anything done here, if I'm being honest. There's simply not enough damage. Oh, actually, having said that, they now connect onto the Chronos. The Warrior landing two massive bursts directly onto the Mesmer. Is it going to go down here? Actually, there's the stealth. The super speed is just barely going to be good enough, I think, to get them up to the kiting spot and at least be a little bit safe for now. Has that Torch Phantasm trying to CC the player there. And now back onto Rifle, and the healing is pretty decent. Is it going to be enough, though? Distort in a couple of seconds. Can they just somehow hold on? There's the Distort, but oh no, 0.1 second. And finally, red team are actually able to get that kill. I don't think that's going to be revivable in any way, actually, as well. That's not going to happen. That is just not going to happen here, I think. And red continuing to win, but again, like, at what cost? This is almost a bit of a similar story to what we saw in the game on Fofire, actually, is that, yeah, the red team, or rather the blue team in this case, eventually do lose their players in these long holdouts, right? They eventually fall, but by the time they do, the game is just in such a terrible position for their opponents, it does not matter. And this Warrior actually holding a 4v1 on node right now with the assistance of the Vindicator, and of course the Chronomancer now moving in, and successfully does it with the Defiance Darts, right? That Defiance Darts inverting all damage into healing. Of course, a very powerful tool for that type of situation. Still going for it, by the way. Like, this seems insane to me. Like, the support from the Chrono is good, but surely it can't possibly be that good. And no, it isn't. Unbelievable greed there from the Warrior, but, I mean, I guess, like, it's working, right? I mean, it is working. They're going to be backing off now. They're starting to retreat after losing their anchor, losing that Warrior. But they still have the double cap, and red team, this is very interesting. Like, there's just, we haven't seen an answer to what the blue team is doing here.
Did you see that?
Of course, the Weaver isn't being played this time around. It's just going to be the Warrior and the Untamed instead of the Weaver and the Warrior. But yeah, it looks like the strategy, you know, the rotation from blue is just superior. And red, despite having some fantastic players, they have not been able to break through in time. They're getting some kills now. I think this revive, yeah, that's probably a little bit on the ambitious side. In fact, Hammer GS ends up paying the price for that, and 2 more kills secured for red. But again, is that really going to be enough there? We have these Warriors already locked in combat there as well. Blue trying to fall back over here. May well be able to at least deny this capture for their opponents. At least for the time being. Maybe the Untamed looking to get onto this node there. They're a little cautious to do so. They are outnumbered. There's a lot of damage there with the double Vindicator and the Thief. So they're going to back it off. And they have now actually considered a triple cap. Yeah, some maybe slight greed, I think, from blue team. Getting very heavily punished there by red. And red can certainly come back, of course. And now they're going to... It looks like the blue team is going to have those respawns. They're going to look for that Vindicator. Getting a little bit caught out here. A little bit exposed. Drops that portal for one of them to use to get away. And red team, they backed off successfully. No one's dead yet. The Spectre maybe getting a little bit focused there. Hammer GS being the target now. And oh, look at that CC combo. There is that kill. Red team navigate that fight really well, actually. Like backing off when they needed to. Now getting back into it. Blue is working on neutralizing all of this stuff, though. Kind of getting that map presence back, though. But they are starting to lose their advantage, actually. And red team, having taken out that Vindicator, they're in a position to actually keep moving here and get some more stuff done. Vindicator will be back in a couple of moments, of course. And blue just trying to get their setup again, having this Untamed positioned on the henge basically the entire game. Red team Warrior going in, grabbing middle at the same time as well. Blue team Warrior over here on the mine. Probably won't be able to get too much done over here, with the Thief also being present, but this does give a little bit of an opening here for the blue Thief to actually decapture middle. The Warrior kind of got drew away from that node by the Vindicator, I believe, and now that node has been yielded. Another kill there onto Dran. Blue team, they kind of bounce back here a little bit, and again, they don't need much of a bounce back. They're already in a fantastic position just with the point advantage they've got in this game. They just need to get back a little bit of control of this match, and they're going to find themselves in a very comfortable win state just about now, really. Or if this Warrior falls, that's going to be very problematic for the red team. They can't really be affording that. One of the Vindicators is moving in. They're being intercepted by the Deadeye, which is definitely kind of annoying. A lot of this comes down to this fight. Like, if red team really needs to win this. If they don't win this fight, then I don't think they're going to be able to find the momentum they need in the time they have left in this game. Like, time is ticking. Not just the in-game timer, the time before the lead, the advantage for blue team becomes insurmountable in the time that's left before blue team wins. So red have got to make something happen very, very quickly. And blue team, they're not giving them that opportunity. They're not overcommitting into that middle node. They're just going to keep focusing on this triple node setup here. They're looking to find just a little bit of map control, holding these nodes, denying them for their opponents. And here comes the blue team bringing the Vindicator and the Chronomancer pushing forward onto this map there. Untamed holding onto this, of course, no problem there whatsoever. Deadeye is going to meet in the middle, and this is going to be an outnumbered against blue. So red have a bit of an opportunity, and blue need to not greed here. They need to actually play a little bit safe. The Untamed going for the beast, kind of a good play in this situation. They won't be able to make it over into this fight right now. That does signal to me that blue wants to play this safe. They are playing it pretty damn aggressively, though, actually. Like, this is very, very risky in my opinion. I think blue starting to think about a disengage here in this 4v3 situation. Warrior thinking about leaving. Oh, the Spectre does get caught, actually. The Deadeye find that kill is unbelievably good. It forces the Warrior to rotate away. Find the stop there. Oh, that's a big move. And to be frank, that might well be the game-winning move, actually, from the blue Deadeye, finding that kill, denying this node here, and forcing the Warrior to lead to contest that. They know they've got to contest it. They can't allow that to happen. And unfortunately, that does mean that red team can't get a big win of this fight. And this 4v3, this combo, like using that Heretic Warrior, the Heretic Warrior with the Chronomancer, seems such a difficult setup to take down. Like, the red team just were not able to break through, even in a 4v3. They weren't able to kill the Vindicator, the Spellbreaker, and the Chronomancer. And yeah, red team starting to crumble now as well towards the end of this game. They were kind of bleeding out there, losing the Warrior now as well. The Thief was also falling. Blue team grabbing this node. Of course, the Mine being held neutralized as well there as well. We have Goku finding maybe the kill onto Frey. Support comes through, but I do not think it matters at this point. The Thieves are 1v1ing, but at this stage it is a die-on node position in this game for our blue team. And Rejection maybe even going to be finding a kill, actually, onto the Deadeye, or to the Spectre, rather, once again towards the end of this game. But again, it does not matter. It's 495 points. And that means the game has ended. Yeah, gets the downstate right at the end of the match. And that is the end of that. Wow, interesting. This is, we're going to have to see some kind of response, I think, to the French team here. The French kind of having their own way with this game and with this tournament so far. There needs to be a response. There's going to, of course, the teams will be watching these games. They will be kind of paying attention to this stuff. And, well, let's see if the next team up can actually challenge them, because we actually have the other team, the Misha team, is going to be up against TAC next. Let's see if they've actually come up with something. They'll, of course, they will have been paying attention to the previous two matches. So they will know what's going on and what they're going to be going up against. Unless we have another reroll coming out of TAC, of course, in this matchup. But it's going to be very interesting, I think. I kind of want to take a look at what's going on in NA. So, guys, tell me, which EU teams are playing on NA? Who's playing on NA this time around? Because, obviously, we are going to be having, you know, Team USA playing, obviously. But who else is playing? I mean, yeah, the French, they're very powerful. Some of those powerful players in the game. Okay, French team. Yeah, the French, they're fighting every team. They've literally had back-to-back very high-intensity matches, right? Very high intensity. Oh, yeah, Nezio's team, okay. Yeah, they play on NA quite a lot, don't they, actually? Why do they play on NA? Well, I guess it's not bad. Keeps it spicy, right? You know, keeps it exciting over on the NA server. Love to see that. Ooh, Temple. This is going to be a fun one. All right, then. Here we go. So, this is potentially the final team that could be standing in the way of the French. It's going to be the Nonamelon team, with Misha, of course. I'd say Misha's team leader, obviously. Misha, also known as the Master of Disaster, playing with Nonamelon. Demolish on that Spellbreaker. A more traditional setup there with the Berserker Amulet. Remember the Fighter and Relic of Isgaran. Very powerful relic for damage output, of course. You just get 10% damage whenever you dodge someone, which is, you know, quite a lot, obviously, right? Zintrex on the Spellbreaker as well. Running a slightly different setup with the Rune of the Deadeye and the Berserker Amulet. Of course, running the same setup here, we have the Dagger and Sword there with this defense setup here, the Defense Spellbreaker. Different setup here. It's only one trait, Cleansing Eye for a bit more Condi Cleanse here for Demolish, versus Zintrex going for Stalwart Strength for a bit more damage, and of course that stability output there as well. And of course, we have Erozik on that Vindicator. It's one of those builds you just always see this, right? Like, you're never going to get away with this one. It's just such a powerful damage dealer in Roma that pretty much every team is going for this stuff.
Seize theirs.
And there we go. Misha, ready to go. The Master of Disaster. Can they stop the French? Double Spellbreaker, of course. And it's going to be the Weaver again. It's going to be breaking out the Weaver. TAC Elementalist is here. I have no idea why it's called TAC, by the way. This is a spree on an ult, just for clarity there, but don't know what the whole TAC thing is. It's probably some kind of elaborate, hilarious underground French meme that I simply don't have the IQ to understand, but here it is. It's gameplay, it's content. Demolish getting focused down pretty hard. Is that, wait, cat backwards? What? That's not even good. Are you serious? There's no shot. Are they using like the cat ears or something? That's rubbish. But anyway, Hammer GS is dead. Yeah. It is over. Fucking the swimsuit is so good for PvP. Look at this guy. He's running around with like a giant hammer and a great, so he's wearing a Speedo. But anyway, he's really getting focused. I mean, look. That's what the blue team see that. They're just like, oh, yeah, I want a piece of that. That's for sure. But Hammer GS is going to get taken out. Rejection getting pulled back in. Ooh, and getting Rampage as well. I think we see Zintrex get that kill. Very nice by Zintrex as well. Getting that tether. Finding that kill onto the spell, onto the Deadeye. Very, very nice. Goku going to come in to try and intercept to deny this node. Should be able to do that, at least for a little bit, but actually not for long. The Deadeye there from Kobadim with the CC there as well. From the, it was also from the Deadeye, right? It was like the Shadow Gust, right? Into the CC, into that kill. There it is. And blue team, are they the counter to the French? They might well be.
Just like that, blue team takes.
And for the first time in this tournament, we see the French stumble. Goku bleeding out. Now have Rejection back on the field. And let's see what's the plan here from blue. Blue contesting this side of the map there with the Warrior and the Revenant. Trying to secure, get rid of this Weaver here as well. Looks like they might be able to find that kill. Can they get that? Demolish really wants to go for it. Get CC'd. Ah, can't quite finish. I mean, look at the resustain. That hammer resustain on that Weaver. Very, very potent. So Demolish is out of luck here. He's going to have to keep going in this 1v1. pretty much until the end of time. Does land a very nice dagger F1 though, actually, so get some serious DPS there, but I mean, maybe we can get a Rampage CC chain here and try to get something done, or maybe force the node at least, but I think it will be difficult here for the Warrior to actually get the kill on the Elementalist, especially now that we also have the Deadeye moving in. Heal skill interrupt for Demolish, has full counter in a couple of seconds. Can he hold on? Has the heal skill again, should be able to get it. He finds it. There it is. Now has the F2. There's the full counter. Should be okay now. Has some support as well from his own Deadeye moving in to help out as well. But does need to be careful. They are still in a bit of a unstable 2v2 here. And actually, Demolish is not out of the woods just yet. Does have the Endure Pain for a couple of seconds. Has the full counter. Gets some of the Adrenal Health Stacks. And actually finds the kill onto the Deadeye there as well. Very nice. There's some very good kiting and movement. And of course, that killer instinct here from Demolish and Cope DM. There's the kill finish off there as well. And again, Red Team do get the node off that. So a little bit frustrating, I think, for the Blue Team. But they were able just to get that kill. And Blue Team with a 100-point advantage right now. And let's see if see what Red's plan is to try and bring this back there. They want to try and fight Demolish here, try and get rid of that. I think Red Team is going to be very content just to leave the Elementalists here in this 1v1, though. They're going to be more concerned elsewhere. But, oh, boy, Goku gets caught here in the middle of the map trying to hold on or trying to move around the map here and just gets destroyed by Erazik and Zintrex, I believe. Hammer GS is now going to be in a very awkward spot here, actually, potentially outnumbered here on middle on Vindicator, which is certainly not ideal. And Zintrex is picking that up there with that Spellbreaker. There it is. Boom. Locks that node in.
Did you see that?
And Demolish kind of doing the same thing. Now here's the Thief. This is where things get interesting here. If this Elementalist dies, that's going to be basically the only foothold that Red Team has in this game right now. There's the Rock. There's the F1. Does it? No crits twice in a row! Are you kidding me? That's with Fury, by the way. No! Demolish would have had that. He just needed one critical strike, but couldn't quite get it, unfortunately. Well, actually, that might be because I guess that might have been Stoneheart actually activating. I wasn't checking the buff bar if the Stoneheart was there. So that, to be fair, that might have not actually been an unlucky situation. That might have simply been a Stoneheart angle there with the tuning to Earth. But regardless, you know, look, it's funnier to imagine that he just didn't crit. But anyway, Hammer GS and Rejection falling as well. And yeah, Red Team, they're just not getting anything done. It's not looking good. Zeus in the chat, Elementalist main, one of the most powerful players on EU, 1K games a season, Zeus experience. Attack Ellie finally is in fact eliminated. Does go downstate and will just be finished off here by the Thief. Oh, I like that. That's very cute. Comes back in for the Shadow Gust. Knocks off the point. Not a melon activating here. Activating that full mental. And that's such a painful bleed as well. Tak Ellie still on about 30% HP on downside. They're not going to be back in on this game for another 20 seconds at least. Very cute little play there from the Blue Deadeye, actually. And Blue Team, they are looking unbelievably strong currently in this matchup. The Red Team just not able to break through. The tankiness of this double Spellbreaker, I think, really paying dividends for the Blue Team as well. Of course, like defense trait line kind of being in play there, all the blocks, all the healing, and some of the immunity stuff, making these warriors super difficult to dislodge. A lot of block uptime. Of course, you've got the offhand on the dagger sword, and you've got the staff, and you've got full counter, and you've got Endure Pain, and you've got balance stance, and you've got Rampage as well. And Demolish actually finds the 1v2. He's going to find the 1v2 here. There's the rocket. Doesn't land. Can he? He gets the charge. Is this the 1v2 from Demolish? His F1 just bugs and doesn't hit. Based. Okay. You honestly love to see that. Demolish is having a rough game so far. He is winning at least, though. So there is that. But anyway, is now going to descend to intercept Tak on Tranquility over here as well. And he's going to have a good time. Oh, he gets to 1v1 here on the bottom for a long time. Blue Team able to grab that stillness as well. I think this is kind of past the point of no return. I don't see a win condition for Red anymore. Oh, and Blue Team, they have done it. They have managed to find this. They're going to try and force a response out of their opponents, right? I think a lot of teams are probably looking at this French team going like, we've got to counter this team. We have to shut this team down. And now the response from Blue Team is going to be, actually, no, we're the team you got to watch out for. We're fully activated. We're ready to go. Deadeye here from Nonamelon, blasting, finds that kill almost instantaneously. Thai World Champion going down. over here as well. Oh, the Sanger, he's just showing off at this point. Look at this guy. He's flexing at this stage with that Shadow Gust, allowing those bleeds. So painful as well. Look at that. So much value by using that ability there with that knockback. We actually do have Demolish in a little bit of trouble. Was he actually died? Oh dear, hang on. This is potentially scary, but actually, no, blue team, they're here. No, they're responding to this. They get the stomp, but Misha is here to deny this capture. That's not going to happen. Blue team might have to dedicate a couple of resources to this, though. They're going to have to do something about this because they don't want to give away Tranquility as well. It's very possible to throw the game on Temple. You can never count that out. It can always happen. But yeah, Misha is here. And I don't think the Elemental... Well, I mean, it's going to be annoying for the support. If the support gets plus, very scary. Misha needs to be very careful. If the Deadeye comes here for that 1v2, support is not going to be equipped to deal with that. But Demolish is now back. He will resume this 1v1. Continuing to stall while the rest of the team goes about it. Of course, losing that kill definitely did. It kind of forced a bit of a reaction out of blue team, so red team do get the map back a little bit off that, but 6 minutes to go. This is a very dire situation for red here. Unbelievably difficult, I think, to actually handle this. But we'll actually see what's going on.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
Okay. It's interesting, the 1v1. There's a couple of nodes being picked up here. Is there any kind of response to bottom buff? Ooh, and we actually do have Copadium coming in here, looking for the kill onto the Weaver. Think they find it here as well. Weaver very, very, very pressured. The Deadeye, good line of sight in there by Tac Ellie. Actually, very nice positioning there, denying a lot of the DPS from the Deadeye from coming through. But I think they really want to go for it. Blue team want to find that kill. It is this 2v2. Copadium gets CC'd. Has to be a little bit careful. Has the heal skill, though. And now we have Demolish in this 2v2. Can we see this kill? Wants to go for the kill onto rejection. Copadium, though. Oh, the weave self lands. Oh, the perfect weave lands, actually. That's a very big kill there. Thief is going to get knocked off the map. The red Chronomancer did actually respond to try and go for a little bit of help here, but Demolish still stands. That's the problem here. Demolish is still in play. So despite this victory, it's not really going to do that much here for the red team, to be honest. This is still a stalemated fight over here. Blue team still having the altar. Rejection is going to be going for that right now as well. Erosic trying to hold on here on middle too. But again, not much change. Not much is moving for red. They need more than this. They are going to need more than this. Can they find it? Good intercept here by Erosic as well. Doesn't really want to deal with the Deadeye, I think, especially with, of course, Hammer GS moving in. So does concede the node, goes over towards the Stillness buff to start contesting that, or maybe initiating a 1v1 into the Deadeye at the same time there. Misha, not a happy chappy, honestly, 1v1 into the Vindicator. Probably wants a little bit of help here, or at least to be swapped out. It's like Erosic might be trying to do that right now, or at least kind of join forces there with the Chronomancer. Blue Thief goes for the decap over here at the same time. Will actually be denied there by Hammer GS, but again, it's a stalling game for Blue now. Like, all they have to do is not lose the game. They don't... Oh, no! Oh, okay, well... I mean, look, guys, you can't play perfect the entire game. Copadium, after flexing, doing some meme gameplay, actually does get killed in stealth, unfortunately. One Demolish dies. Ooh, hang on. Oh, this is out. That's a bit scary, actually. That's a really rough death. Can Misha intercept this? Ah, he can. Yeah, he is able to intercept there with the rifle, denying this. Ooh, bit of a wobble, bit of a scary moment here with both Demolish taking that 1v1 loss and, of course, the Thief dying. They are still stable, though. They're not dead. Erosic dies as well. Red team really making a couple of moves here. Let's see if they can... if Red had got this bottom buff, this game looks different. Misha with a very clutch play, getting here just in time to deny that. If he was even like 5 seconds later... This game flips, honestly. That would have been a sextuple cap for red there, with Stillness doubling the triple point gain of the triple cap from Tranquility. That could have actually flipped this game. So Misha really, well, and probably some good communication. Demolish almost certainly communicated that he was going to lose that 1v1, and therefore will need assistance in contesting this buff. So good communication and response, I think, from the blue team to actually prevent the round. That could have been an absolute loss, a complete flip if that had happened. However, blue team are able to prevent that from happening. Red still creeping back in. This game is not over. It really isn't. 3 minutes. It is enough for a bit of a comeback. And now with that double cap from rejection, that's actually a very, very big play. However, a nice decap there, slowing this down, giving blue team some time to actually kind of stabilize themselves here. But all it takes is another couple of kills. And all of a sudden, I think Red Team are going to be finding themselves in a winning position. Oh, and they do find Erzik, actually. That's going to re-secure the altar. Oh, Copa Diem is really, really putting in the work, though. Another brutal decap from the Blue Thief, and it just was not contested, unfortunately. And that's potentially the a bit of an issue with both of the side noders, right, are being locked in right now. For these sims. Oh wait, Erzik self-resing. No, it's not going to actually find that. That would be truly ridiculous. Tranquility now back up. Rejection going for the stomp, finishing off that kill there as well. Red team capping middle. Ooh, Red, they're slowly getting it, but they need a double cap. This is not enough. Single is not enough, guys. They need it, and there it is. They do find it, actually, but now they've got a hold. Getting the buff. Oh, oh no. Oh no, Misha's in trouble. Misha's in trouble, actually. He's in the 1v2, and that's the only thing that's denying this buff right now. He has to hold this. No, he's gonna drop down. He can't stay alive here any longer. It's gonna leave it to the Thief instead. Copa Diem, but that's gonna be very difficult to hold. There's the Vindicator and the Deadeye here at the same time. All of a sudden, this is actually kind of scary for Blue. This is actually the Vinny dropped down. Wait, did he think that the Thief left? Or are they just gonna try and force the issue on the bottom buff? Blue actually gets the pick. Maybe he thought the Deadeye left there actually. Just works to make something happen here. Zintrix now in this 1v3 or 1v2 situation, but is supported by the Chronobars. They should be able to hold on. This node is nearly capped, actually. They have to stand on this. They cannot concede this. They must stand on point. Oh, is they're in trouble. There's the time warp. It's continuum shifted, of course. So we do have that locked in. Ooh, Blue. They've stumbled. Erzik dies again. He almost dies off respawn. Very unfortunate. Copa Diem goes for this 1v1. Rejection doesn't want to lose that, but Hammer GS comes in for the support. Rejection getting very, very low as well. Down to almost no HP. Has 700 health left over. But actually, Copa Diem is maybe going to fall here as well. Actually dies in stealth again. That's the Deadeye little trick. There's a trick you can hit people in stealth with the Deadeye. Actually falls. I don't believe this. Red team are going to actually win this game. They've got 50 seconds left. They've got to hold on. The 5 points from this kill are actually very, very relevant. There they are. Oh, the decap on middle though. No. Red team makes it. El Inspector and Rejection are now present. In this situation, this 1v1 still unbelievably stagnant. They don't want to concede this node, though. They've got to be careful of the altar. Copa Diem is respawning. They lose middle, actually. Hang on, this is very, very bad. Blue, they've just got to stall a bit more. If this Thief finds a decap, they cannot let the altar go. Is the Thief going to go for it? No, they're going to go and help on middle instead to try and force the issue here. A single cap is not enough, actually, so that is fine. They need a kill, I think. This is only 10 points. They're going to lose by 10 points. They've got to find a kill. They need 2 kills to win this game, does Red. Can they get it? I don't think so. Oh, Blue are actually going to take this. Just losing that cap on middle. Disastrous. Erzik falls. They're going to be 5 points away from winning. 5 points away. I don't believe it. And Blue find a kill as well, extending the gap back up to 10 points. 399 to 409 on timer. Unfortunate stuff. Well, I mean, what a comeback. Wow. Wow. That's very interesting stuff. All right. Whew. That's a spicy game, actually. Of course, we may very well be seeing a rematch of that later on in the tournament, as those two teams, unbelievably close, actually. And we have Syndrana versus Mamayas as well. I think that might be the game to look at in the next round. Yeah, Blue scrambling there right at the end as Red was coming back. I mean, look, think about it. If Red team had held mid, they would have been able to continue to win. But look at this. They just lost that mid cap right at the end. Right at the end, they got decapped. Just barely. And they were not able to stand on that point and get those points ticking in there. Look at that flat line for Blue. Oh my goodness me. That is brutal. That's a high stress situation with just no kills and kill after kill being landed there by Red. Wow. But they pull it together, they keep it together, they get it done. It's interesting, though, that Weaver causing some problems, I think. You know, it is able to win that Warrior matchup into Demolish. So that's clearly an issue that the blue team is going to have to figure out a response to, or at least think about how they're going to play around that Weaver. All right. This is not finals, no. This is still in Swiss. Someone tell ArenaNet that people don't get into raids because the LFG is impossible to create a group when you don't have a guild. That's true, but also not entirely true. So here's the thing. I've got a question for you, and this is a bit of a rhetorical question. Why was the LFG not a problem at the start of the raid scene? Right? The LFG was perfectly fine, actually. It was unbelievably active on both NA and EU, by the way, during Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire. Why was it not a problem then? And it's because of the population. There was a lot of new players playing at that point, right? Like, whereas now, like, the new player volume has significantly shrunk down. And it kind of exacerbates that issue. The LFG definitely should be improved, but honestly, that's not the issue. The issue with raids and with PvP as well, and with a lot of the endgame modes in Guild Wars 2, is that there simply aren't any new players trying it, right? Like, new players are not trying these game modes. They're not making that
Hold on to your
movement.
points. Seize theirs.
That's the issue. And you can still make groups. You definitely can. It's just that we need more new players. We need a big influx of new players, right? That's what raids needs. Like, new rewards, new content, right? I think that kind of stuff will be really, really good. Alrighty then. Here we go. This is kind of one of the we've seen, like, all the different matchups, actually, of all the really strong teams. And let's see what the red team can bring to the table here. Mamaya's, Benny, Dra, Maya, and Frey. Going up against Syndrana, Draza, Wolf Spider, Riken, and Helio. Already, Frey getting heavily focused down there. And of course, that double Vindicator, there's a lot of ripe targets for the blue team to be going after here. Absolutely is. It's on Kylo as well. Pretty interesting map. Can definitely get very, very snowbally indeed. Let's see how the red team is going to be handling this. Of course, blue team probably going to be a bit activated by now, right? You know, they've had a bit of a rough start, I would say. To this, like, going up against the French. So not the smoothest beginning. They're certainly going to be highly focused, trying to actually refine their play and just make sure that they're able to perform as they want. And of course, this is a team that is going to want to be winning this monthly. They certainly do not want to be going out anytime soon in this tournament. Red team, Chronomancer in a little bit of trouble. Are they going to get that res? I think that's pretty doable, actually. They're going to go for it. Oh, just barely not, actually. Too much cleave coming there through from the blue team. A little bit too much damage. Blue Vindicator in a little bit of trouble, but should be able to heal up quite nicely, especially with the Chronomancer. Red Warrior running away in absolute terror is going to die, and so is the Chronomancer. The Chronomancer actually teleports up and is being rezzed from Elo. Look at this res! Look at this crazy res from the Spectre. Actually gets it as well. Not sure if it helps a little bit, but I don't think they can really turn this fight anymore. They've lost their Spellbreaker here. They're very behind at this point on cooldowns. I don't think they can really do that, but they prevent a loss of a player, and the Chronomancer will be able to help sustain these players and allow them to disengage a little bit easier. Okay, and yeah, red. At this point, their current game plan, they've got to just get out of here. They almost need to die and then reset, because right now, like, blue team is just on the pain train. They're just running them down. And the red team not really able to actually engage into this. At least for the time. But look at the Spine Gazer, guys. Brand new pet over there from Nios, of course. Has that boon corruption, right? Like some of that Condi damage and a little bit of boon corruption too. And combined with the Untamed, you actually have a pretty juicy amount of corruption here, right? You have this corrupting vines ability here as well. A lot of boon removal on this build with the Spine Gazer as well at the same time. Untamed, trying to blast as hard as possible. Holding on in that 1v2. Chronomancer moves in there for support as well. And red team, they're just... they're just kind of dying here. That's kind of the problem they're having right now. Like, when you're looking at a game like this, I think what I always remark on is, like, who's got the plan, right? Like, who's got the game plan? Like, who's making things happen? And blue team is that team. Red team is reacting, right? They are reacting to what blue team is doing. And I think that's never where you want to be. Especially in a game like Guild Wars 2, you want to be the pace setter. You want to set the tempo for the match. And currently blue team is doing that. They are just pushing. They're dictating where the fights are, who's in these fights, and red team is trying to respond, and, well, there's a good response by taking out the Chronomancer. That's a good start. Chronomancer kind of getting isolated with the blue team players, kind of tunnel visioning down a player over there a little bit, and this is kind of the breathing room you do need to kind of reset that position, like, to, again, change it up so you are no longer the reactive player. You are now the one that is going to be setting the tempo. Getting a kill on the support like that is definitely a way to start that going, but let's see if they're actually going to be able to do that. Chrono going to hold on here with the Vindicator over on middle. Emperor Dra. You know what's funny? Is this true? Yeah, this is true. Dra technically has... I think Dra has won the most PvP tournaments out of anyone in the Guild Wars 2 community, because he actually was on rank 55 for Masters of the Arena 1, and also he was a substitute gamer for NA, actually, in Masters of the Arena 2 for Team USA, and of course Team USA was able to win Masters of the Arena 2, so he's actually the double motor champion, actually. And, you know, I would say that Dra, he's a very chill guy. I think he doesn't, like, go for all the monthlies, I want to say, but he's actually one of those players who I think everyone has a huge amount of respect for, right? Like, nobody goes like, oh shit, it's Dra. You know, they know what's going on here. Like, this guy's a big blast. He's always on, like, a big priority list, I think, for a lot of teams who want to recruit this guy onto those rosters, like, either as the main roster or, of course, as kind of like an extra player to kind of, like, pull out if you need something like that. Very interesting stuff, actually, from Dra there. And I'm sure we'll be seeing him in Moda 3, actually, which I'll be talking a little bit about after the conclusion of this tournament. But anyway, back into this. Again, not much going on here. It's a weirdly stale game. I mean, the teams seem to be fairly evenly matched in terms of these fights, right? Like, blue team obviously having a bit of an advantage. Chronomancer in trouble, did continue to shift the Distort, so has another Distort available, and the SOI as well with the shield block, so there is potential here to hold on, but blue team just slowly grinding an advantage. Yeah, you can see, you might be thinking, like, why was he not going for the heal skill? It is so difficult to afford a heal skill when you're pressured on Chrono. Getting that mantra is very rewarding if you're able to rechannel it, but it is so expensive to try and do that, especially because the moment you channel that, every player is going to go, hang on a minute, this guy can't dodge, right? Can't dodge while channeling that mantra and try and shut you down instantaneously. Red team now having the double cap, though, actually, with the Vindicator picking up that kill onto the Untamed over there, moving over to middle now. Let's see if red team can make something happen. Oh, the Spellbreaker dies, though, in this 2v3, rather. And now Dra in a really tricky spot. Can he hold on until the Chronomancer comes back? That's the big question. He's able to do so. Here's the Chronomancer. But Dra is still going to struggle to survive. But, ooh, now with the Spectre moving in, can Dra hold on? The healing is good from the Chronomancer. Drops that Time Warp down as well. Such a powerful defensive tool, actually. Very, very useful indeed. For also offense and defense, right? Slowing down your opponents, making them cast their ability slower, but also giving your team super speed to kite and all that kind of good stuff. And Helio gets caught, actually. Red team, they're really trying to make a match out of this one. They really are. Trying to get back into the driving seat. Here comes the push onto middle. Thieves 1v1ing each other. Ooh, and actually, hang on. Do we actually see a death from Sind? We actually might. No, he's able just to barely wriggle away. Maya getting that big condition damage burst on the Spectre, shoving away the Deadeye. At least for the time being. Dra kind of on the prowl. Wait. Guys? Wait, what? Draza? What? But wait, isn't Dra Draza, guys? What on earth is going on there? He's literally win trading with himself, playing both sides, guys, right now. Playing the Spellbreaker and the Vindicator. What a unbelievably talented player, guys. Okay? This reminds me of those, like, you know, those challenges that people do in the Souls-like games where they're playing on two consoles at the same time. There's actually someone doing that in StarCraft 2 right now, as well as a very good player by the name of Mana, legendary player, actually playing 2 accounts to Grandmaster. Very funny, actually. Meanwhile, Akgul the Warrior gets caught and blown up, but actually his sustain is good. Gets the heal skill off as well, but actually still CC'd. Oh! Caught in the crossfire and absolutely annihilated at the same time. Can they get that revive? No, the stomp from the Chronomancer is going to come through and deny that, but red team, they're still really closing that point gate now, and Dra feels confident to hold with the support of the Chronomancer. That is a bit ambitious if you ask me. Of course, a lot of evasion frames are available on the Revenant there. The hammer, a great defensive tool and the offensive tool, and of course the block on greats on the evasion, not only from the dodge roll, but of course from the legendary alliance stance skills and Shiro. And blue team managed to reset the nodes here a little bit, but oh, it's really not a relaxing game for either of these two teams, really. Blue team grabbing middle, but of course they're going to be losing the mansion over here, actually. Frey and Maya shoving away this Untamed. And Frey just feels very confident, I think, in this 1v1 into the Untamed here by the looks of that. Meanwhile, we actually do have the support curve from Red go down state. Dra having to kind of back off towards the spawn. Not resible here, of course, whatsoever, anything like that. Thief now moving in. But yeah, Frey actually handily finds that cap, and now here comes the Spectre as well. This will be a nice pickup, actually, on this kill. So that's probably not going to happen, though. Yeah, Helio dropping down the portal, I believe. No, doesn't have it right now. Just gets a little bit of healing there onto the Untamed. Akgul in a little bit of trouble here. runs away, gets away. And red team, they need a bit more, though. 30 points behind. Let's see what the play is going to be. Ooh, the Thief sneakily gets over. Oh, very nice response from Frey, though. Using that Vindicator mobility. Able to just barely make it in time with the face reversal. And, of course, the Phantom's onslaught. Very nice. That's a big play, actually. But, of course, that means the Vindicator's not in the fight right now. So, Red have got to play around that. They've got to be careful. They need to be aware that this Thief is going to be able to get to that mansion very, very quickly. Kind of need to see a response from Maya, I think, to deny that. Yeah, and there's the response. Very nice. Yeah, and if Maya pushes this 1v1, this works out. Because now we've got the double Vindicator on middle. Draws here and Frey. And that should lead to some kills. There it is. Onto Wolf Spider. That's the decap. Sin did find the decap, though. And actually, Maya did go back towards middle. Actually, Frey going to take up position again in this 1v1 after winning that fight there on middle. Let's see if Sin takes this, actually. He might go for it. Looks like he wants to take this 1v1. Of course, he is probably going to end up yielding the node, which is problematic, I think.
Red team wins
but now we do have the response here from Riken moving in. Ooh, and Frey. Of course, Vindicator is, you can 1v1 on it, right? You can 1v1 on most specs, right? But the issue is, can you live outnumbered? A very clutch save there, though, from Amaya denying that. Mansion should be capped. What? Some Spider-Man gameplay here there from Amaya's. Middle capped, decapped as well. Like, you know, it's funny. Without, like, the double side node that a lot of teams are running, like the Spellbreaker and the Untamed, like, red team is definitely struggling a little bit to actually hold on to these points and contest the entire map at the same time. Draza does get caught over here, though. Blue team going to have to get away from this. I mean, I think red team's got to go for this node as quick as they possibly can. They've got to get that cap. Frey locked in this 1v1 over here, but Cinder's coming. He's going to need some... Frey is going to need some help here very, very soon. This is actually very scary for the red team. Frey's got to hold on until there's some kind of support. Oh, I don't think so against the Deadeye, though. Surely there's no way this can possibly happen. Frey is going to fall, and the Thief and the Chronomancer are not going to be able to respond to that. There's the pushback. I don't think there's any way that can be revived, though. Red team trying to fight on middle here to get the job done here. Is that going to happen? Chronomancer and Vindicator here. Of course, the outnumber's going to be kicking in soon with Draza moving in. And Cinder going for the decap here as well. Makes his way over to the windmill. Ooh, I think the last couple of rotations have just not really gone the way for red team. They really had something there, but... they need something that can live that Thief. That's the issue. Right, of course, like Frey, again, a very powerful player, more than capable of holding his own in that 1v1. When it turns into a 1v2, that's where you do need that dedicated build. You need the Untamed, you need the Spellbreaker to do that, and Vindicator really can't do that. And we kind of see that again. Frey just getting 1v2'd, and this is very difficult to survive on unless you're a dedicated duelist type spec. And that's not what the Vindicator is. The Chronomancer is now in the mix, but again, Frey is so pressured, can't really do much right now. Holosmith is now in the... Holosmith, Helio rather, is dead over here. Does get cleaved out there by Dra. Can they somehow save the Chronomancer, though? No, I don't think so, because Frey and the Chrono both dead there. That's not going to be a rally, I think, either, right? No, it's not a rally. Wasn't able to get that connection there. Draza dies on middle. Is there maybe something that can happen here? It's 2 dead players apiece for red, but I think the deficit's too much now. 340 to 457, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That's not going to cut it. Yeah, red. They had a sick comeback, actually. This is a very close game. It was just that moment where Frey got caught, where Sind found these decaps, found that kill. It was... you can kind of see that. Yeah, you know, it's Sind, guys. He's got that killer instinct on the Thief. He knows what needs to be done, and he was able to do it. And pretty much won that game there by just getting that kill. Boom. Locking that in, going back to middle after that, securing this node, and then, of course, picking up more kills throughout the entire map. And, yeah, after that, there was no recovery for red. They were slowly getting into it. They really were. But just that last couple of minutes just wasn't going to cut it. And blue team are going to lock this in. Yeah, if only they did have the trebuchet. If they'd trebbed, they would have won. Surely. That's how it works, right? That's GG. Man, the top 4 in this tour is really intense. Like, I feel like any of these teams could beat each other. It's really not a done deal. Now we've seen the French falter as well. They're still looking strong, obviously, but this is going to be a hell of a top 4, I think. A hell of a top 8, of course, because some of those teams may encounter each other and start eliminating each other, of course. I honestly have no idea who's going to win this. This is very, very close. I think I'm a kind of a bit of a Misha simp, I admit that. So I think any team with Misha on is always very formidable, but... I really can't call it. Like, the French could take it. I think Sin's team could take it as well, obviously. I think Dra's team could take it as well. The French team could take it. It's razor edge. It's unbelievably close here. Unbelievably close. And I think, yeah, that is actually I think that's the final round, right? I think we're going to elimination. Yep, there's elimination. Okay. Ooh, I think this first round is very straightforward, actually, unfortunately. And you can say, and that's because I think basically all of the top teams lost a game, right? So they're not going, you know, they're all, it's kind of it's spreading them out throughout the bracket, right? It's not putting them up against each other because, like, there wasn't one team that did outperform the others necessarily. It's tried to keep it balanced. But I think realistically, these are going to be pretty straightforward, I think. I think Tak will win this game very handily, but let's kind of think about the semis here. It's going to be Tak versus Mamaya. So it's French versus Mamaya's team, right? Go in the semis, I think. And then it's going to be Sin's team versus Misha's team, actually, in the semifinals. So, very interesting there. I think maybe this game has some interestingness to it, but I think these will all be pretty clear victories in favor of one team over the other. Yeah, I think this is probably the team that has the best chance of maybe contesting the stronger team. Some very good players here. I actually don't know who X-Demon X is, but I know who Prototype is. Of course, Slew Guy over here as well, and Cranel. Guardian Enjoyer. As the hours pass, he's got to his RP PvP stage. I remember, guys, when Cranel was just like a young peepo playing in yeah, a young peepo playing in Quaggan's on Duty with oh, dude, fuck, what was the guy who made that team's name? I actually feel so bad for not remembering his name. No. The Guardian guy who plays support. Not Zemvo. No, not Tyrone. No, he was like Quaggan's leader. What was his name? Vernick, yes! Holy Beard Man. Yes, Holy Beard Man. That's who he was. Vernick. We need that guy back in the game, dude. He's gone. He's not here. Anyway, let's get into this, of course. It's going to be Frey, Maya, Dra, Ikgul, a.k.a. Benny. Maya's on this red team going up against X-Demon X. Actually, this is a pretty legit team. This Magic is actually Krog, so we've got some pretty legit players here. Yeah, actually, this could be a match, 100%. Prototype on the Reaper. We haven't seen Reaper much whatsoever. It is strong now, and actually, we are seeing the Scepter build being played here as well. Scepter, of course, getting buffed significantly last patch. Lingering Curse for some nice AoE Boon Corrupt. But it does appear that Reaper, honestly, maybe just not able to survive right now in the current meta. There's definitely a lot of things that are pretty hostile, I feel like, to Reaper currently, I think, that exist here. If I think about, like, what on the red team is easy for the Reaper to deal with, it's not much, if I'm being honest here. I think the Vindies, right? Like, the Condi pressure onto the Vindicators can maybe be a little bit tricky for those Vindicators to deal with. But, again, like, I think Reaper has a bit of a hard time. Like, there's a lot of evasion, a lot of mobility, and that's not really what a Reaper likes to go up against, to be honest. And, of course, there's a lot of very high damage burst and very sticky things as well. Like, this Reaper is going to get chased down pretty aggressively, I think, and focused heavily, of course, by the red team in this situation. If it connects, of course, it is going to be high DPS, and we see that Fleshworm being used for kiting. Not really a surprise there. It's great on this map to kind of run away from this. And there's the connection. This is kind of what the Reaper needs to find. Eliminate these Vindicators. But, yeah, not able to get the kill. And a lot of Condi cleanse about the place there as well. Like, this Chronomancer are really good at cleansing Condis, right? Like, every single shatter is going to be removing one of those conditions. And, of course, a bit more on the rifle as well. And, of course, the heal skill with the mantra. So, the Reaper not caught with the connect, but Dra is in trouble. Does get taken out then. The cleave from the Reaper should be massive. That's definitely a big strength of the Necromancer here, as it just has that massive AoE cleave. Like, if you're able to get that downstate going, then you're in business, especially since we are, well, it's Relic of the Reaper, but you can also play Demon Queen. But yeah, that Reaper Relic, really putting in some of the DPS here. Every single one of those shouts applying chill, which then, of course, is going to be applying bleeding as well. So a lot of damage coming out from this Necromancer. Chilling Darkness also being used here as well. Blinding a target will also apply some chill as well. So even more chill, even more damage. We love to see that. I think there's obviously not a lot of blind on this build, though. Of course, that's going to be activated on the death charge, but I think also maybe aiming to corrupt Fury, right? Like, corrupting Fury, that converts into blindness, right? Which will then, of course, do a little bit more damage and chill as well. So, kind of an interesting situation there, bit of an interesting setup. being used by the Reaper. But yeah, but actually blue team doing very well. I kind of got distracted talking about the builds, but let's talk about the actual match here as well. Slew guy locking in the quarry over there. We also have the waterfall uncontested. And yeah, this Reaper was able to secure some kills there. Frey also now dead here. Reaper trying to hold on middle. I think this is actually a pretty rough map for Reaper, honestly, if I'm being real. Like, and the fact that it's working this well. I mean, Prototype is a Necro main, obviously, right? So it's always going to go well. But this is a rough one for Necro. There's not great kiting spots here, to be honest. Like, the worm can really help you, but it's definitely hard to survive on this map as a Necro. And Prototype holding on. Definitely the clear focus here. Just has to live. You know, that's kind of the thing about Necro. Necro is a bit like a time bomb. If Prototype lives, he will eventually dominate the fight, but you have to live until the condies eventually wear down your opponent. But blue team building themselves up a very sizable lead, actually. Prototype going for the Spectre. Tries to connect. Spectre leads away. Ooh, a big pull there by Cranel, actually. Pulls that Spectre back in. This is dangerous. Maya in trouble. The support is nice. But is it nice enough? It actually is, at least for the time being. Heal skill available for Maya very, very shortly. Not much Shroud available. We'll have a little bit more soon, though, of course. Able to disengage quite nicely, utilizing that sword dagger to teleport all over the place. Wants to try and find a kill onto Cranel. In fact, Cranel getting pulled back in. I think he's very low on cooldowns, actually. Yeah, has no renewed focus. There's nothing left over. Slew guy actually is dead as well. Losing this node. Goes for the self-res. Interesting setup, actually. He wants to try and force a rotation out from the opponent, but no, Frey is going to respond to that and move back into that. Yeah, denies that self-res. Already stops doing it. Oh, the revival attempted coming through there onto as the hours pass there, but it's not going to work. And red team win a very decisive fight. They're actually picking up 3 kills. I believe. Orn on the Druid, yeah, was trying to go for that glyph res, but it didn't unfortunately connect. A little bit unfortunate. Blue team, definitely running an unconventional comp. You kind of love to see it. Like the Druid, the Dragon Hunter, and the Reaper. All seeing play. I do think that Reaper is a bit more popular on NA, actually. I believe it does see some more play there. It's just very unpopular on EU. But anyway, Orn has now been destroyed, and that's kind of a natural consequence of like what happened previously, right? That's just like the snowball coming through there, right? Condi or Power Spectre? I believe it's Condi. Yes, it is Condi. Demon Queen Relic with the Carrion Amulet coming through there. Oh, actually, Maya getting some big DPS there onto Magic Camilla. Cranel also now going to be the focus of attention. They are outnumbered, so blue team needs to play very, very defensively here, I think, until they get some reinforcements. That's not going to happen, though, actually, as we are seeing the range of the Druid go for middle instead to neutralize that node. Blue team still maintaining their advantage, so they still have the ability to control this game and make it go in their direction. That unblockable being super annoying for the Dragon Hunter, actually.
Red team wins a capture
I think Cranel dies here. I don't think he's getting out of that. Yeah. Oh, and Camilla dies too. I think they were playing that greedy. They were in that 2v3. They either needed to get someone to plus them, or they needed to actually back off from that. Yeah, it's hard to disengage, obviously, but I don't think the blue team handled that situation perhaps as well as they could have done. And now they lose 2 players. They're in a very bad position now, actually, because all of a sudden their Reaper is isolated on this far node. They do have like another 2 players here, but again, the Reaper is not going to be able to survive this outnumbered very well. We already have the Vindicator moving in. The Thief is here as well. Like, this fight is going to be very difficult to handle for the blue team here. There's no support here as well. Bear that in mind. This Reaper is unsupported, now outnumbered. Slew guy is going to fall over. I guess the Druid is kind of a little bit of a support. Dude, Glyph of the Stars is... Look how fucking... Okay. Do people not realize this in PvP, guys? This ability is so fucking busted. It is actually unbelievable. 60-second cooldown, Giga Res. It is so hard to actually deny a res. They actually failed to cleave 3v1, okay, with that revive. What a disgusting ability. Prototype is finally going to get cleaved out here and does eventually fall. Blue team have got a bit of a reinforcement here. Maybe this DH can connect and get some really good counter pressure. Not going to happen just yet, but red team, again, like over the last couple of minutes, they build themselves up an absolutely massive lead, holding this double cap for a very long time. And blue team has stumbled now, and they need to regroup. I think there's a little bit of disorientation going on here. They've been kind of just running in and feeding over the past couple of minutes. They've got to reconsolidate themselves. They need to restabilize and have a plan going into this game to bring it back, because it's certainly not over. 80 points, that's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. Yeah. But yeah, Warrior plays Banner. Yeah, you actually play Banner Tactics. It's a godlike skill. They even buffed it last patch. 1/4 second cooldown, and it gives super speed stability, and it breaks stuns on allies too. It's an unbelievably good ability. Very powerful skill. But yeah, we're in trouble now. We're in trouble. What's blue? What is supposed to do? What's blue doing? What's the plan? What's the plan? We've got this Reaper. We're slamming it into the Chronomancer and the Spectre. Warrior from red in trouble. But support Chrono. Takes that portal. Has the block still available and has the heal skill. So I think this Warrior should live. Yeah, banner tactics, stability into the heal skill. Oh, gets corrupted, actually. A little bit scary. There's the cleanse. Cranel dies. Oh, Druid Res comes out. Can we find this? I think so, actually. It really is that good. Yeah, there we go. They take a lot of heat for that, but the Druid is keeping them stable. Magic Camilla now in trouble. Is the Healing Spring going to land in time? No CA on this Druid for a while. Ah, no Glyph this time. Yeah, this is just not working. This is just not working at all. Blue had a fantastic start. They really did, but red team has kind of rallied. And now blue losing another 2 players. We're kind of getting to the end of the game at this point.
Grabbed a capture point.
I think red, yeah, blue's got one more shot. They've got to back off and figure out something to do here because they've got one more try to win this game. Pet gonna go, well, the pet res was attempted there, but that's obviously not gonna work. Okay, right, this is it. They've got one more respawn. One more respawn to win. Yeah, as you can see, all the other games have essentially already ended. They were basically 500-0s by the looks of that. You can see the semis even starting to start. Actually, that's going to be again Misha. That's a fun one. Misha versus Syndra. That really is exciting. But yeah, this is it. Blue have got to make it happen. They've got to get a big snowball here, and Slug actually dies. Even with the respawn, they should be able to get that res. There we go. And here, this is it. We've got 30 seconds to win this game. Does the blue team? And I think red should just play it smart. If I'm red team, I'm just kind of backing off here. I don't fight this. Well, they actually win, so I mean, I guess they can now, but they don't have to, that's for sure. They're trying to res, and they might be able to get it. Oh, they do, but they're not winning this fight. That double Vindicator is a real menace, honestly, in this fight. They are starting to lose now. The Reaper is slowly kind of getting the job done, but maybe not in time. There we go. Draw dies here as well, actually. There's a big pull. Huge pull. Draw falls. Maya and Frey, though, super annoying going for that decap. I think they need more than this. They've got it. Yeah, they definitely have to get this chrono. They need to be moving on. I like this from Sluga, actually. I love the decaps here. This is really smart. This is really good. He's going to go for this point over here as well. But we need more kills. Blue needs more kills. I think red definitely getting a little greedy there, to be honest. I think they should have just pulled back and played really safe and just auto won the game. And if we see more kills here from blue, there's some potential. Red's doing a good job of living, though. Vindicator also back, and this is going to be an awkward situation because Dra can free cap middle, like Slugo. Ooh, that sucks for blue. They couldn't get the cap. The Warrior was able to get back off respawn just in time. And yeah, red have done a really good job here. They didn't allow these rotations, right? Like, they wanted, you know, the blue team, they wanted to get this, the Reaper out on the map. They need to get the Dragon Hunter out on the map and have something here to hold, leaving the Ranger here. But they were not able to do that. Red team stalled really well. Very well played there by Maya, Mamayas, and Frey there. Doing a really good job. Okay. I mean, this is still neutral, but 3 minutes for 200 points is rough. It really is. Cranel gets on the point, makes it happen. Ooh, Prototype in trouble here, actually. And go for the Lord. In high-level games, it's very uncommon. In ranked, it happens. Yeah, Prototype gets chased down. Can't be rezzed by the Chrono. Can't get supported in time either. And I think that's the killing blow. Cranel also in trouble in this 2v2. Does have renewed focus, so maybe actually it's fine. Yeah, I think it's actually fine. He's fine right now. Can they get a kill onto Benny? Oh, there we go. That was a big knockback there. Is that enough to secure the kill? Renewed focus has to be used there. And the Warrior gets the heal skill off. Yeah, this is rough. Don't think this is good enough, to be honest. They do get the kill eventually. Dra probably can't 1v2 this. Blue, definitely pretty low, but yeah, they're healing up. The heal trap goes through. But again, 2 minutes. This, funny enough, is probably a game where I feel like blue team's only winning play is Lord, I think. Yes. I don't think they can win on caps at this point. Nah. They can't win on caps. I think they have to go Lord, as insane as it sounds. I think they have to. Caps is non-viable. Yeah, they're going to try and play the map. But they need a triple cap, basically. They need a triple cap to win. And I'm just not sure if that's going to happen. Yeah, Prototype gets finished off as well again. I'm not sure if they ever win this game, actually, no matter what they do. Because even if they went for the Lord, they'd lose the map, right? Lose the map, and then the Lord is not enough to make them instantly win, right? It's only 150 points. And that's going to be the end of the game, I think. We actually might want to go watch the semi, actually. Oh, we do. We got to get in the semi-final now. It might be underway. I got distracted by this game. Where are we at? Oh, okay, just started. All right. This is a really, really big one. This is a big one. Yeah, Lord is soloable. Okay. Syndra has relogged to a different thief. Different thief name, I believe. Will this be the difference to win this matchup? Into Misha's team. It's Syndra, rank 55 versus rank 55. We, of course, have Syndra on the Deadeye here as well. There's the build. Marauder, Scholar, Unseen Invasion. Classic on Deadeye, of course. Whenever you enter or exit stealth, you have AoE super speed. Really useful, not only for the thief, but also for any nearby allies. With that Scholar Relic, Scholar Rune for some big damage. Draza, Scrapper, Midnight King, Berserker Amulet, Woof, Le Saint here on the Untamed. It's Wolf Spider, who is actually a spider in real life as well, guys. Riken on Vindicator. It's the usual shit. Look, if you see a rev build with Salvation, you know something's, it doesn't feel good, okay? Let's put it like that. And Helio on support Chrono. I got some serious all-stars here, actually. Some serious world champion gamers here on the red team. But they face the blue team. Misha, the master of disaster. Team leader, not a melon. On the Deadeye. Knocking people off points all over the place, left and right.
Hold on to your points. Seize there.
With the Berserker Amulet instead, with the Rune of the Warrior. So basically, Sin goes for the Marauder Amulet for the 4-stat, and then a more aggressive rune, and then a more defensive rune here for not a melon, with, of course, the Unseen Invasion. We have Misha, support Chronomancer, the Master of Disaster, with the Sage Amulet, actually. So kind of leaning into the Condi damage a bit more, kind of on these shatters here. A little bit of that going on there. And, of course, we have the Double Warrior with Zintrex and Demolish. With the Cleansing Ire on Demolish, and it's going to be still Stalwart Strength over here on Zintrex. And Erozik matching the Vindicator of the opponent. Here we are on Capricorn. Bit of a team fighting map. This is elimination. One of these teams is going to the finals. One of these teams is out. And red team off to a good start, picking up the Bazaar already. Let's see where First Blood is going to be going, though. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's Axe is Misha. Plex is being Axe with Axe, so a bit more condition damage here on the Chrono. Instead of Sword, which is what you usually go for. And they have somewhat similar functions, right? You actually still have that evasion on the Axe 3 instead of the Blood Frenzy on the 2. And then some clone generation there. No immobilize, of course, but, you know, you got to make some trade-offs. All right, here we go. Misha activates. Tries to heal Erozik. Blue team picking up a node of their own. One apiece right now. And let's see how this first fight is going to be going. Both teams really respecting each other, right? They're really respecting each other. They're not playing it silly. Playing it safe. Not overcommitting early on into this game. Chronomancer is actually a little bit low on juices, Misha. Needs to be careful here. Gets the evade. Has Distort. No Signet of Illusions, though. Does not have that. Gets the barrier. Gets the healing down. Team needs to peel Misha out, though. He's starting to really get pressured. Does end up falling. There it is. Can't survive that. Gets pushed away. Now Zintrex and Erozik have got to get out. So a good start there as well. Of course, that wasn't outnumber. Bear that in mind. That was an outnumber in favor of red. Second kill comes through. That's very juicy for red. They're going to be able to pick up middle off this. They've got this 1v1 over here. Demolish into Wolf Spider. Deadeye here from Sin Decaps. First blood very much going towards the red team. And Erozik still being bled out. That's really, really frustrating, actually. A lot of downtime here for blue. They're not going to be able to take even fights for a good chunk of time now. Here comes the bleed out. Misha looking to actually maybe support Demolish. Doesn't really want to go to middle, right? Because there's a lot of enemy players there who could pretty easily kill him. Meanwhile, Misha reinforcing in. Wants to get this node. And here comes the bell. We have Riken here, kind of in position to contest that. Thief's dueled over here. Locked in a 1v1. Of course, the aggressive Thief has the edge here because, of course, Thief decapping is faster than capping. So the Thief that's attacking will pretty much always force the node to be neutral, just like that.
Ring the bell to signal them to fire.
Misha here on the bell. Needs some help, though, actually. Won't be able to hold this forever against, like, a full free-casting Vindy. Deadeye now moves in. Ooh, Draza picked off on middle there by Zintrix and Erosic. That's very nice, actually. That's going to enable this outnumber into the bell. 25 points on the table here, but actually, blue team do need to contest that. Does Misha have blink? He does, so he can blink onto the bell. I think are they conceding it? No. He breaks out of stealth just barely in time. It's one thing away. It is actually with the torch offhand, so he doesn't have the same sticking power, right? He's got a bit more damage. I think, you know, going for a bit more DPS in the team fight with that torch offhand, but that does sacrifice some of that defensive potential. Like, not having that shield block is going to be a little bit painful, I think, in some of these situations when it comes to actual survival. Erosic gets ported out. Very nice portal there by Misha. But the first bell was conceded to Red. Now, Red did commit to that fairly heavily, so they did lose the map a little bit. So blue team kind of clawing those points back. But is it going to be enough? Zintrix into Draza 1v1. Again, these Warrior 1v1s, they're pretty stale, to be honest. They don't really go anywhere. You kind of need a bit of a plus to come in before they go anywhere. Like, they can eventually resolve it. It's very slow. Oh, Zintrix did not get his heal off as well there. I think maybe cancer or got interrupted. I didn't exactly see, but he is able to still actually survive. Demolish, unfortunately, dies over here as well. Not ideal whatsoever. Cope DM here. Blue team kind of centralized around middle. Red team controlling the map very well. You can see red team very much, or blue team rather, very much boxed in.
Red team got a capture point.
And Red consolidating their lead. They're showing that they are back in business. They're ready to go. They're ready to win. Show Misha's build? Yeah, he's playing, but he's basically just playing Sage Amulet, right? He's just got the Axe and the Torch for a bit of damage, right? In, I imagine, some of these team fights. Wants to have a bit of output there with the Sage Amulet, the condition pressure coming through there, of course. Power Vitality, a little bit less healing. Well, you know, it's the same amount of healing, rather, actually, as Avatar. I keep thinking that you can actually have healing amulets in PvP. I'm out of I'm rusty, guys, okay? I've got to get back into this, you know? But it's like the exact same healing, obviously, but with condition damage instead of that power damage of the Avatar Amulet. And here we go. Another big fight starting up here. Of course, the bell is going to be an objective that is going to be highly contested. The next one will be 50 points for Red if they're able to get it. And that is where the bell starts to get a little bit game-winning. Helio getting pressured here a little bit. Blinks away, wriggles away, drops the time warp as well. Should be able to escape quite nicely. What's the play here for Blue? Blue fighting this decap there with Cope DM. However, Zintrix is now in a 1v3. I don't think there's any way he can live. Maybe he can live this, or Misha arrives just in the nick of time. Might have to pop Rampage to hold on here, honestly, just to get that mobility, get that damage reduction. Does do so. There we go. Zintrix holds on. Actually lands a very big blow onto Draza. Draza now in trouble. Has used his heal skill already. He is potentially vulnerable here. Zintrix throws the rock. The rock is evaded, though. Good hold by both players, to be frank. Misha continuing to support Zintrix. But they did actually end up yielding this node. Meanwhile, we have a blue team, actually with the only node on the board, Bell coming up. There it is. Ooh, okay. Blue team maybe getting some revenge here. Draza dies right as this bell comes up. Is red team going to contest it? Looks like Helio's thinking. There was a bit of indecisiveness almost, but it looks like he is going to go for it. But I don't think that, yeah, it's not viable. There's 4 players from the blue team here. That's not going to work. Of course, there's a bit of zerging going on here that allowed Sin to sneak past and get that decap. Copidim coming in for the match. Again, we'll be able to find that neutralization unless Sin can get this kill very, very quickly. Let's see how it goes. We have some good pressure immediately. Oh, no! Oh, Sin demolishes! Absolute annihilation. Just that terrain. It's difficult to move up terrain. It absolutely can be. That's a massive kill, actually, from Syndrina. Instantly destroys the Deadeye, locks the node in, and allows this rotation to come through. Yeah, he had the high ground. That was it was a Star Wars moment right there, actually, and Cope DM simply could not push up. Okay, but it's still very close, obviously. Very close indeed. Next bell is where things really get exciting, actually, because now it's 1 bell apiece. 50 points could be in the pocket of the team that manages to take the next one. Misha trying to keep these team players alive. Erosic in a bit of trouble there. Zintrix also in trouble. Misha trying to divide his attention between both of these players simultaneously. Erosic on the hunt, wants to eliminate Riken, the enemy Vindicator there. Misha supporting Zintrix here as well simultaneously. Meanwhile, we have the +1, the Thieves doing the dance, trying to match each other. Sin currently kind of in the lead though, right? He's leading it. Like, we're seeing Notamelon kind of follow Sin here. Sin is making these plays. Demolish, continuing the 1v1 again. Pretty stale, to be honest, in this matchup. Again, you've got to be waiting for that Thief to move in. Copidim's going to have to respond to this. Here we go. Ooh, doesn't want to give it the node, I think. Yeah, Demolish is going to... Yeah. Or Thief contests it. Gets the push as well. Very nice. This 1v1 and now 2v2 is going to be fairly stale, I think. The Deadeyes just kind of bullying each other to keep them off their side node or almost at this stage is kind of what's going on there. Copidian wants revenge. Wants that revenge. Doesn't find it, though. Ooh, Zintrex dies on middle lurch. Draza is, of course, one of the most legendary 1v1 players. Actually is able to resolve that 1v1 with the double cap. And things looking a little bit bleak here as well. Sin getting the snipes. Will he find the kill onto Demolish? Untamed trying to wreak havoc. Heals going through, but it's not enough. The sniper's there. Ah, that's really big 2v2 win. Red team, they're making some magic happen here. I think Sind is kind of activated, guys. I don't know about you, but I think Sind is activated. He's warmed up now. This honestly does look, you know, dude, he actually changed his Thief and he's like a different man, right? I'm definitely seeing some very big plays from Sind in this game that are seriously swinging it. Now up to a triple cap as well. Bell coming up. If this Bell is captured by Red, this game is over.
Ring the bell to signal them to fire.
And I think, honestly, it might be. This could be it, actually. This could be the end of the game. Helio, Sind, and, of course, Wolf Spider. They're in play. Copa DM goes down. Destroyed within seconds with that cleave. Map's been neutralized by blue, but they've got to contest the spell. They cannot get this up. And Misha actually gets caught by a stray projectile and is sent into the down state. And I think the bell will fall to the red team. And I think this game is going to fall to the red team as well. Thief off respawn there as well. The stagger, though, is not what we want to be, as Misha will be sent back to the spawn in 15 seconds, leaving Demolish alone. His Endure Pain is running out soon. And yeah, when you got 5 players here, there's no way you can... Well, 4 players, rather. There's no way you can survive that. Erazik desperately tries to contest, but I don't think that's going to be viable at this stage, even with Zintrex moving in to position here as well. 2 ticks left on the bell. Zintrex will have to hold his own as best as he possibly can. Rampage and, of course, Endure Pain are available, but is that going to be enough? Erazik has fallen. It's still going to be a 3v1 into Zintrex. Misha will not be able to make it back here in time, I believe. He's going to have to yield this. There is the Endure Pain, and that is going to be the bell, and that is the end of the blue team in this tournament, I'm afraid. I don't think there's any realistic prospect of a comeback at this stage. Yeah, very well done. Very, very well played, actually, by the red team. I guess the other semi is going as well. I kind of want... Yeah, this one's actually big. Let's see how this one's going. Ooh, this one's very close as well. Oh, wow. Yeah, we got some games on our hands here, actually. Man, this is wild. But yeah, that's going to be a win. Ah, yeah. That Misha versus Syndra, a pretty epic duel there as well. I think it all started to go wrong with that 1v1. Like, Sin finding that kill so quickly into the Deadeye just allowed so much to happen on the map there. He just found kill after kill there and snowballed the map out of control. But anyway, we are moving directly into another very exciting matchup. We've got Mamias, it's Benny, it's Dra, it's Maya, it's Frey, going up against the French Worms. Tak, aka Esprit, also known as the Big Worm. Goku, the famous worm. Kill. I don't know what worm Kill is, actually. And I think Zeolith is like the toxic worm or something. No, I don't know. I lose track. But anyway, they're worms. That's all I can say. But anyway, Dra eliminated here by the Untamed. As well, and red team actually having a bit of the edge here. The French struggling a little bit, but picking up that kill right now, getting rid of one of these Vindicators off the board is going to be massive for the bell. A lot less damage will be available right now to the red team, and I think blue have really kind of set their sights on this. They want to make this happen. And everyone's here. It's a full-on team fight here. Of course, a 5v4 in favor of blue right now, and that means red have to play it careful. And yeah, I'm not sure if this was the play. I feel like they probably needed to not commit to this fight nearly as much. They are bringing in reinforcements now with their respawns, but they already lose a player immediately, and I think this bell is pretty much only going one way. Chrono teleports up alongside the warrior, and maybe blue team could end up wasting a bit too much time here, but I think even red team, they're just going to be trying to stall it while not dying, but the not dying thing is important. If they die here, this is not going to be worth it, I think. I don't see this as being good if they actually end up dying. But they are doing a very good job, actually. That Warrior and Spellbreaker combo, of course, very, very tanky. The Chrono's completely out now, though. Has to get away. The Warrior is still trying to hold. They're still trying to hold on as best they can. Has to give it up eventually. Is there a portal available maybe to get away? Some support coming through from the Chronomancer. You know what? Honestly, this probably actually worked out very well in favor of Red. I really did not think they were going to survive that. Very well played it by Red. They are going to eventually crumble, though. I mean... There's the commentator curse. It did give Red Team the entire map, but there's another bell coming up in 5 seconds. That's going to be 50 points for Blue if they're able to find it. But well played there by Red. I do actually think that kind of paid off for them, right? But they need to... Well, now they're going to have to give this bell for free. They simply do not have players that are going to be in range of contesting this, unfortunately. Frey and Maya are just too caught up in this 2v2. Maya maybe going to try and go for it. No, does not have Shadow set to make it. And Frey needs some help to survive anyway. And that is not going to happen. French pick up the 50-point bell. 2-7-3. They've got themselves into the lead. Another bell in 2 minutes as well. So they have to watch out for that. And with those kills, another kill being secured onto Frey. I think we're going to see a little bit of French dominance on this map very, very soon. Rejection picking up that capture over there. Middle, of course, belonging to Blue Team very much so. And again, the map is set back to a 5v4 against our Red Team. They're not out yet. They're not out yet. I do want to emphasize that. Things look bleak, but we've seen some pretty wild stuff this tournament. Let's see if they can make a comeback here. Again, this is elimination, so they've got to make it work. This is the game they're in. There's no turning back. They have to make this work somehow. And they're going to try and take this fight. They're behind in this fight as well, by the way. But let's see if they can make a recovery. Heal skill nearly coming up here for the Spectre. Looks like they want the Chrono. And they do find the Chrono. There it is. The Chrono just got CC'd. I believe that was a big CC coming through there from the Warrior or the Rev. Oh, no! I can't believe that. I surely thought they were going to win that rally war, but Blue Team somehow managed to do it. It was 1%. 1% on that rally. Oh, no. Oh, that is... Yeah, that's pretty brutal, actually. And Red, they've got the map neutral. That's something. That absolutely is something. Frey grabbing the Bazaar over here. Oh, this game looks different if they win that, to be honest. Benny getting taken into downstate and eliminated. Dra and Mamaya's trying to posture a little bit to hold some of these opponents here, to keep them locked in. But I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. Frey and Maya moving over towards middle. 80 points to make up here in this game. Ooh, actually, hang on. Tack in trouble. Overstayed is welcome there, actually. Tried to hold that 1v2 a little bit more than he should have done. And Dra pops off. Finds that kill instantly. Oh, no, he's on the hunt. He wants the Vindy. Chrono here is going to make it difficult. They're fighting on enemy node as well. It's not ideal. Tricky 2v2 to resolve, I think, actually. Time Warp's going down on both sides as well. And feedback, of course, denying some of that hammer damage. If they can win this 2v2, maybe there's something to be done here. Frey picking up that Bazaar once again. We'll have to play this 1v1, actually, into the Untamed. He's going to have to play that. Drama Maya's still here. Maya now moving in. Honestly, the bell is honestly super frustrating, I think, for the Red Team, because they're going to have to contest basically 4 objectives right now. They can't really allow their opponents to have anything. If they get a killer, this is huge. Can they find this? They really want this Vindy. Looks like Maya maybe going to go and help the Warrior, actually, or look for the bell. Looks like it. Yeah, Warrior dies on middle in that 1v2. Yeah, Red just spread a little bit too thin here, I think, as Benny is eliminated. They simply do not have enough players to contest all of this. There's Bell coming up here as well. And of course, Blue Team will be going into this with a numbers advantage with 1 player extra on the field, so they can afford to really fight for it. And they're going for it. They know this is a 75-point Bell. They know that if they win this, they will almost certainly win this game. Almost no recovery. Well, I mean, there will be no recovery if Blue gets this. But Blue has to be a little bit careful. If they overextend here, they overcommit, and Red somehow flips the map, then that's going to be a problem. But their Thief is doing a good job of kind of denying that here as well. And yeah, Red, they're all in here. They have to get this, obviously, and they have to get it fast as well. They need to find some kills. They're looking for the Untamed by the looks of it. Untamed actually does not have a stun break for another couple of seconds. There is some vulnerability there. Oh, Blue Deadeye actually does go into the downstate. But is this enough time left in this game to actually win this? Like, if Blue Team just disengages, which they are now doing, they're probably going to lose their Chrono, and I don't see the Warrior surviving here as well. He has no Defiance stance. This should be a kill here, I think. Full counter is actually very juicy. Has the block, gets interrupted. Heal skill up, actually. Yeah, nice survival hit by Goku. Able to actually get away with that. Red, can they capitalize on this? 25-point bell for Mamaya's. Oh, surely he doesn't make it. Surely he doesn't make it back. Oh, Hammer GS actually contests. Oh, no. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. That is not what we like to see.
Wins a capture point.
And Red get the cap. It's 1:30. Ooh, it's still an exciting match, actually. The double cap from Dra coming through on middle. Aikgil Benny. Oh, just got pushed off the node. Got pushed and stunned off the node. Couldn't contest that. Couldn't hold it neutral. Just a few things just going wrong. Thief should make it. I think Maya can deny this decap. Is able to do so very nicely. Support Crota comes back, though. Red team gets the bell, but Red team has also lost all their nodes, of course. Attacking Thief gets the decap as usual. And a minute left on the clock. I think we're out of time for the Red team here, but what a match. These games are close.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
All right.
Did you see that?
Yeah, Blue have got this.
Got a capture point.
The French, they are tenacious. And even after a bit of an attempt at a comeback for Red, I believe this game is well and truly over. 30 seconds on the clock. Nothing matters anymore. The finals. It's going to be Draza and friends going up against the French. Hammer GS falls at the last second, but it does not matter. And Blue team die on point to secure their victory and secure their place in the grand finals of the monthly automated tournament. 5 seconds to go. They're all dead, but it doesn't matter. Red team can't make it happen. That's the end of that. Game over. Teapot is for the Red. I'm not for any of the teams. I love to see a cheeky comeback, though. I think that's always super exciting, but no, all of these teams, you know, I like and respect the players on these teams. I'm not for anyone. I don't take sides. Yeah, lots of good games here, actually. Lots of very exciting matches. How did NA go? Is NA on the finals right now? Let's see. What's this? This is finals. So, oh man. Dude, someone has the name Overlord. That's such a good name, actually. Overlord. Okay, so basically, blue team is Grimm's team, right? And then I guess red team is Team USA, right? Wait, Floor is playing with Team USA. Interesting. It's Naru. Yeah, that's a sick-ass name to us. This is what I mean about the Reaper, though, guys. This is I really want to see EU versus NA, because NA plays the Reaper, right? NA does play this stuff, right? Whereas EU really don't see it. You really do not see it. Close match, though, actually, so far. Very close match. 2 dead for red. That's going to be a very good spot, actually, for the blue team getting into this. All right. Floor falls. Naru back in the mix as well. Re-pushing. Scary map to get wiped on, actually. It's a scary map to get cornered on. It is Kylo, obviously. Ooh, blue Vindicator, though. This is a classic move, right? I feel like blue team just slightly overextended into their opponents when they were coming off respawn. They were just not ready for that. And they get punished hard. Oh, dear, actually. Oh, dear. Yeah, blue, I feel like just kind of mildly through there. Like, pushing that third node directly into those respawns. Maybe not the way to go. I think red are French on NA. I mean, I don't know who they are. Everyone has confusing names these days. Like Overlord is Naru, though, no? As far as I'm aware, he's not French. Unless he's been hiding that this entire time. All right. Wait, who's who on the red team? Who's who on the red team right now? Ooh, Grim trying to connect onto floor. Pumps. And there we go. Whoa, the camera height is really weird here. This is a really intense match, actually. Floor in a lot of pressure right now. Gets immobilized too, actually. Does he fall here? Gets time warped. Is in Rampage. But actually, hang on. We see the red thief die. And we also see the Spellbreaker from red team. This is actually really bad for red. This is really bad for red. They're doing a good job of move. I really like the move towards the mansion here by red, actually. They are going to be dragging some of the blue team's players over there. But I think blue team is going to be capable of responding to this, as we actually have the Chronomancer and the Vindicator, and of course now the Thief as well. They're able to contest as well. Very tasty here by blue team. And there's the triple cap as well. Yeah, they're able to hold on to this while capping middle, and of course their side nodes here. But this Vindicator died instantly. Maybe again, just playing a little bit too aggressively, just immediately destroyed in this fight. This does leave the Chrono and the Reaper to hold on, and that is playable. And of course, we do still actually have the Thief in play as well. Decat comes through from the Red Thief. Let's see how this game is coming along now, actually. Are we into the finals? We are not. I'm going to keep an eye on that. If the finals are up, guys, someone tell me, by the way. So I can actually have a look. But yeah, Overlord, kind of in trouble there. Double cap for blue. Oh, man, another death. A very bloody game, actually. A really bloody game on both sides. It's like teams really trading players and players and players. Now, red team is extended here. Bear that in mind. And there's the kill on the Thief. Dude, these Thieves are dying a lot, actually. This is kind of uncommon, honestly. Like, what is this? I think this is like a really big... I think the Thieves on NA are like more involved in the fights almost, right? Whereas on EU, I think it's much more like rotational focus. Like the Thieves aren't fighting as much. On NA, like these Thieves are in. You know, they are absolutely in these encounters. And the map kind of resets again, actually, after the teams kind of just like have this big clash with both teams kind of tearing chunks out of each other. And blue looking to push forwards to middle here. Blue Thief gets caught again! Yeah, gets caught again, immediately, and killed. And they're going to have to fight without that Thief. Ooh, Naru got focused very heavily, but was able to remove the colonies, break out of that immobilize. There's a lot of damage coming onto him. Can he be saved? Is the support enough? Just barely has Shroud, but he's so unbelievably low. And the support Chronomancer has gone down. Naru tries to run away, but surely there's no escape here actually from... No, immediately falls. And blue team swings them up again. We're absolutely going back and forth like crazy. Are you seeing this? Like, it's just going... The map is, like, flickering. Going blue, red, blue, red. EU fire started. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll kind of keep an eye on this, though. Like, things are getting crazy over here. We are going to watch this, but this is an unbelievably close finals here for the NA server. I think blue is kind of looking to actually set up at least a double cap here. Maybe even a triple cap, in fact. Oh! Ooh! Guys! This is the French map. I'm just saying it. This is the French map. They love some Skyhammer, guys. And here's the grand finals. It is France. They're hosting the Olympics in real life. Are they going to be winning the crown of glory in Guild Wars 2? Zeolith, Kill, Tsar, Hammer GS, Goku, and Tak. Up against the blue team, it's going to be Helio, Raikon, Wolfspider, who's DC'd. Maybe a relog. Hopefully not a connection issue there. Wait, no. Wait, Draza also relogging here, I think, actually. And Syndriner as well. Ooh, we're seeing a bit of technology, guys. Here's some tech. And actually, blue team winning on NA as well. We've got some insanity going on, but we've got to watch the EU files, guys. Oh, it's the Reaper. This is the map for it, honestly. This is the fantastic Necromancer with so much terrain potential. So much kiting potential here for that Necro. And Draza, with that multi-class ability, it's revealed. Rabid Amulet, that's a good choice too, just really trying to hold and survive against the power damage onslaught of the opponent with that 2k toughness. Even more, of course, with Death Carapace and protection from Corruptus Fervor. And there's the relog, and it's going to be Wolfspider on the Spellbreaker, replacing the Untamed as well. I like these rerolls, actually. I do like this. I do like this. But, wait, what is this? Triple Rev from the French? Zeolith on... Wait, is this Bunker Vindy or Support Vindy? It absolutely is. Hammer GS here on another kind of Bunker Vindy as well? And Kill on DPS Renegade? What on earth is this? This is some old school French technology. Spellbreaker, of course, in the mix there, but actually Strength. Bit more damn. Whoa, this is some insane. What is this cook from the French? What have they done here? Pump Kill does go down, actually, unfortunately, and Draza is going to rally off the back of that. But this is some insane technology here. Aggressive onslaught with the Strength rate line. And Tak Thief, a spree relogging to the Spectre. We have got some creative stuff. It doesn't seem to be working that well, though, right now. As we do actually see the red team kind of lose these fights. But let's see how this game progresses. Once again, we have this kind of support, almost Bunker Vindicator style thing from Zeolith moving over here onto middle. And they're not dying, right? They've driven their opponents away. They've got point C, but they need to get some kills. I think their focus is going to be Draza. It absolutely is. Already the warrior running away. And of course, this is not a defense warrior, so this is not tanky like we've seen previously. You're pretty squishy on this setup, honestly. Of course, there is going to be some support from the Vindies, weirdly enough, but not enough, apparently. As the damage comes through, and there is the kill. Skyhammer's going to be up pretty shortly, so teams are going to have to be mindful of that.
Red team
And there you go. Red team picking up point C. Attack Thief lurking around, and they're just trying to bunker this, right? They're just trying to bunker this down. A lot of defensive potential, of course, on the Scepter. And, of course, this. But, yeah, I mean, while that... I mean, I don't know. This is a really interesting setup here, actually. Like, I've got to say, though, like, blue team's comp does seem to be pretty good into this. I almost feel like the Reaper is just going to be free casting, I think, for a large portion of this game. And, of course, you know, I mean, there's a lot of projectile block to deny the Deadeye from the Vindicators, of course. But, again, it's still got Sword Dagger. That's going to tear through all of the blocks and the defensives of the red team. I'm not sure about this, to be honest.
Blue team
Okay.
grabbed a capture point.
Blue team's now got the triple cap, actually. Red team getting the revive on their team there.
Operational. Ready for targeting coordinates.
Red team now down again. They get the res, but where's their kill potential? Like, this is what I'm worried about. I think their plan is to kind of cap nodes and bunker them, but they do need to be able to kill something. And again, they're going for big damage. Do they find the Vindicator? Not quite. Vindy able to slip away. Draza now does die. The French get that resurgence. I think this, I assume the Renegade is providing very big damage here with the short bow and the hammer. Of course. But can they get more? They need a bit more than this, I think. Looking for Helio. Getting rid of that support crow would be nice. Ooh, they do find the warrior. That's a big pickup, actually. This fight really going very well here for the French.
Did you see that?
That's tasty.
Red
That is
team
very, very
got a
tasty,
capture
actually.
point.
Skyhammer calibrated.
Boom. There we go.
Blue team
Red
grabbed
team
the
picking up
capture
middle.
point.
But they do need to get a second node up here. I think they really want to kind of plonk down these Vindies on those nodes that are capped. But they've got to cap them. One Vindicator moving is matched by the Chronomancer right now. Spectre moving in. Draza also here alongside the Chronomancer. Obviously a very powerful duo there, having that, you know, support Necro combo is fantastic. And here comes another big fight. Let's see if the red team can make this work. I honestly don't know what to say here. Like, this is so novel. I have no idea how these fights are supposed to be going, to be perfectly honest. This is obviously something they've cooked up. They've been playing it in scrims, I imagine, or doing some testing, internal testing. I don't know how this is supposed to go. They're trying to keep this warrior alive. Their warrior, obviously a big part of their damage output with that strength trait line, getting very heavily focused, has the heal skill, tries to get it, does get it. Full counter is up very, very soon. Needs to get that, that's for sure. Here's the defensive there from the Vindies. Getting some big healing coming through. Red team now holding on to middle. They saved their warrior. That's big. But now they need to get a little bit more. They want to find some of these caps there. Thieves kind of tangling with each other just in the middle of the map. But red team, they need a second node here, I think. I do think they want a second node. What are they going to do about that? What are we doing
Just
here?
like that. Blue team takes
Looks like
the
it's going to be
capture
point C. They're just kind of... and the Necro is kind of stranded here as well, actually. This is kind of annoying. Draza is going to be going towards middle, maybe, but I don't think he can really do too much there on his own. He's going to need, like, the team to help out there. Tack Thief being chased around by the Deadeye. Actually, very, very low indeed. Draza trying to support there. This Thief is in a lot of trouble. Zila trying to help out, get some of that cleanse there, some of the barrier and the healing there from the Vindicator heal skill. But actually, that allows the Thief... Oh, the Vindicator was drawn away, and the Thief, the Deadeye, immediately pounces on that node, and maybe even finds the kill, and does find the kill. Oh, no. Yeah, oh, Syndra, he's, you know... yeah. Syndra is good at the game, okay? Like, let me just put it like that. However, his team did die. So, Helio and Wolfspotter do actually fall. Yeah, Syndra's pumping. In the last 2 games, he's been fucking carrying, to be honest. Like, he absolutely has. Like, yeah. Yeah, that was very good. Okay, he gets out. Okay, he didn't die. It's fine. 2 dead though, and Red get the hammer again. There we go. And Red have now got this point locked down. They've got one of their bunkers here, and now the Thief is capping. Like, those were some pretty expensive kills, but Hammer GS doesn't live this on his own, I don't think. The Warrior's moving into support. Let's see how this 2v2 goes.
Red team wins a capture point.
Okay, here we go. I think they're all right. Yeah, they're okay. There's the Tribble cap as well. Yeah, they really got some value out of the Warrior and that Chronomancer dying. And the Hammer, of course, as well, to kind of reset that map. I think they can see... Are they going to fight this? Oh, man, I always get so anxious when I'm watching teams kind of fight into enemy respawns, right? But the support is big. That double Vindicator is keeping this Warrior alive pretty well. But who are they going to turn this around onto? Sind is currently just decapping the map. He's just relying on his team to hold this, to play this fairly passively while he resets the map. He succeeded in doing so. Red team will still have one node, though, unless Sind goes for that full cap, which he may well do. Looks like he is going for that, actually, onto middle currently. But the French catching up, and they find Draza, actually. There's the kill onto Draza. The French being taken down here. Oh, sorry, well, I mean, he's also French, actually, but the French winning here, in fact. Okay. And Cookie Slayer God X trying to back off. Goku looking to find the kill. Ooh, Bull's charge was blocked. That would have been a there was no stun break there, guys. That would have been massive. That hadn't been blocked. Oh, it's found anyway, though. The kill goes through. That's a really rough stagger. That is bad. That's really bad for Blue. As we are now going to see the Warrior go down right as Draza comes back. So another extended 4v5. But Cinder's really putting in the work there. I don't think the red team's the red team has not been handling Cinder very well in this matchup. They've been zerging quite a lot, and that has allowed that Deadeye to kind of run rampant on this map. And here we've got the Vindicators trying to set up. Blue team still narrowly in the lead, but the gap has been closed. A DPS Warrior kind of in the mix now. Zealith trying to sustain that. He's going to have to bunker this node. Warrior in trouble. I think we need some more support here. I think Red's going to have to run. Oh no! Goku falls. I think he wanted to make the jump there. He did not want to do that. I don't think so anyway. Maybe he wanted to drop down actually to get healed. I'm not sure.
Did you see that?
It's kind of hard to tell.
Team got a capture point.
And red team get middle. They've still got a bunker on one as well. Now they've neutralized. Oh, this is a risky hold, though. Goku taking so much pressure. He's got his heal. But that Vindicator kind of blasting, actually, with the Scepter latching onto as well. A lot of barrier and cleanses coming through. Goku actually holding. Wait, are they winning this 2v3? I don't believe it. They actually win the 2v3, essentially. The Thief came in, but I think that doesn't count. They make it work, and they stomp Draza out. Goodness me!
Ready for targeting coordinates.
And there it is. Helio falls. They catch him with this Warrior. The DPS comes through.
Red team wins a capture point.
Yeah. And Sin capping middle. Trying to make it happen. But again, and this is where things get scary for Blue. Once a team that's kind of bunkery is ahead, eesh. It's very, very rough. Tack Thief goes down, so they just get caught just barely before going to the pool. That's a nice kill there, and Hammer will be super nice here for the blue team. But again, there's a bunker Vindicator here. I'm just not sure if that's going to be realistic. We've got bunkers all over the place. We've got Zealous bunkering here. We've got the Renegade, I believe. This is a bit dangerous. I think Killer's going to be in trouble here. Yep, dies almost instantly. Yep, that's Deadeye and Reaper on a build that isn't really a bunker. Oh, this is kind of, it's running Salvation, actually. What even is this build? I think it's like, I guess a hybrid? It's Heretic Amulet. Bit of damage, a bit of healing with the Flock Relic there. Obviously great for the Ventari tablet, which I believe, is that being even run here, actually? But yeah, some absolute insanity going on in this game. And blue team, yeah, picking up a couple of kills there. Red team maybe a little bit too spread thin, at least for the time being. Oh, and Sin getting these decaps as well. It's pretty big stuff. But they should be able to hold this Hammer, but Red has got to get back onto the map. They've now respawned. They're back in the mix. Killer's back. I think a key part of their strategy here. Yeah, it's actually, no, it is a DPS. It's not Ventari, actually. It's just using that Flock Relic just because you've got a lot of heal skills, right? We'll be able to deny this and probably maybe force the issue against the Deadeye here and get that cap. Blue team creeping back into the game here. Cookie Slayer God X is going to have to back off, though. I think the support from the Chronomancer of Helio should be enough to kind of support this and keep this stable, at least for the time being. We have Zealith grabbing this. Oh, that's annoying for Blue. Getting any node at this edge is so massive, and there's no answered attack as well. Deadeye from Sin not able to answer this right now. What's the play there? Sin kind of stopping there, kind of thinking where he wants to go, wants to play this. I don't think he plays it. There's absolutely no way. Where does he go on Thief right now? Has Kill and Tack over here. Maybe he wants to help this 2v2 with Cookie Slayer God X, but the fight crumbles. Wait, is that another 2v3? Goodness me, we actually have Goku and Hammer GS absolutely annihilating here. in these battles. That DPS warrior just proving a little bit too much to handle. I think Helio is going to go down. He gets locked by the CC there. The Bull's Charge lands, and they're going to collapse onto the Chronomancer and finish this off and secure this hammer, I think, at long last. Draza is here, but there's surely no way he can potentially contest into this. Oh, but here come the reinforcements from the blue team, actually. But again, this combo, this warrior and the Vindy, we've seen them hold, and here comes Kill as well. It's going to be an all-out brawl here on this fight. Tack Thief decapping, keeping this advantage. 3 minutes left on the clock, just 40 minutes in between. And Red, they get it. And that allows them, because again, Red don't want the hammer to be up, guys. They don't want it up. Their comp doesn't want to have 4 objectives. They want to be able to be stuck together, right? So they can support each other and have these kind of skirmish-style fights. They don't want to be having these 1v2s. They want to be having 2v2s, right? Like lots of that kind of stuff, and like these larger team fights where they feel confident. And Goku, he lands massive damage onto Riken there as well, but the Chronomancer support is good. But is it enough, actually? Still on 21% HP, has to run away, has to retreat to get some health back here. And Red Team, I think they've almost got this locked in at this point. This is going to be a French victory here, taking down an unbelievable hybrid team of EU and NA. Some of the all-stars of Guild Wars 2 history with Draza, Helio, and of course, Syndriner as well. And I think the insane French Theorycraft has done it. 2 minutes and a 70-point advantage. And again, look at this. He's AFK. He knows how to win this game. He doesn't need to leave. He's got, but he's got the Bunker Vindicator with the red Speedo here. Is how his name is a lie. He needed a new character for like Mace Shield or Scepter Shield, right? And of course, I assume the staff as well, of course, to back this up. But all his team has got to do is just bunker down on middle. They don't have to win the fight. They just have got to stall it. And look, it's Skyhammer, guys. We all know it. Skyhammer belongs to the French. If anyone's ever seen the French Worms play, we all know it. They do eventually collapse on middle. They were, of course, basically taking a 5v4, so that's not super unsurprising here. But Tack finding that decap, and that fight took a long time. There's only 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the game right now. If Hammer GS can just hold on a little bit, I don't think there's any way that blue team can get enough points to win this. The Warrior is actually in vengeance right now, so he doesn't get bled, just to stall and help out his teammate a little bit. Goku using everything he possibly has to hold on to this. Hammer GS now in a 1v4. Can he hold on for a little bit longer? Has the evasion. I think he doesn't have any blocks left over, though. But actually, it doesn't matter because Kill and Tack Thief are now here for the reinforce. I think we're going to see this Vindicator fall pretty damn soon. But I just don't think there's actually enough time in this game for the blue team to actually make this recovery. Pump Kill, try to hold on. They're going to take turns on the node. They're just going to run back in and feed. Yeah, you can see the Thief waiting for when Pump Kill's going to die. He'll go on the node next, but the Warrior's already back in time. All they've got to do is funnel onto this node and hold on. Rampage available for Goku. Just he doesn't know how to go on now. Now he's going to try and contest the node. Get some CC out there to reduce the damage. Zeolith in play as well. Blue team desperately trying to neutralize, but there's no way they can. They actually end up falling there as Helio is going to go to the downside on the Chronomancer. 5 points left in this game. The kill does crumble at the end, but the rally will come through. And what a game, what a tournament. It is going to be the French raising the crown. It is, of course, appropriate, not only the Skyhammer, but also the French Theorycraft. I told you guys about that French Theorycraft. I really did. I told you they come up with some crazy stuff, and they innovate the meta back to what they used to run with the triple Revenant, double bunker Rev here on the Skyhammer. If there's ever a map for it, that's definitely it. That's definitely it to break out that kind of style there here on the Skyhammer. And they show us how it's done. And what a team. I cannot believe that. What a match. Very close, of course. Fought tooth and nail to the end by both teams. Incredibly well played. Well played by both teams there. Like, just some insane Thief maneuvers from Sin. And, of course, all the usual stuff we expect from players like Draza, Riken, and Helio. Oof! Wow! This is an unbelievably sick tournament. Wait, guys. I think Esprit wants an interview, by the way, guys. Yeah, I think he's messaging me on Discord. Yeah, alright, let's go. Let's go. He's happy about that, obviously. Winning the crown on his alt account as well. Okay, I'm gonna call Esprit. Let's see what we've got here. Yo, what's going on?
Hello.
Yeah.
What's up? Teapot, I hope the chat like it.
Yeah. I think they did. I think they enjoyed it. They absolutely did in that regard. But I mean, Wow, I don't even know what to say about that, really. Like, I guess I want to know, like, did you try that before? Is that like a composition of strategy that you tried before? Or was that like just full YOLO? Like, what was the? How did you come up with that? Right?
So basically, we were playing like same comp as them, like with Anthem, but my
yeah.
Anthem is not on point to compare to Wolf. So I picked the Weaver.
Yep.
On Legacy, you know, to farm him.
Yeah.
And we play Bunker War at middle, so we can bunker both node, and we win them easily. But after this, we saw fucking Draze rerolling Necro, and Weaver is fucking garbage versus Necro. So we choose to play this bunker comp. We played it in Scream against No Team Along, but not against them. So I don't know if they know, maybe some people snitch, I don't know, but we didn't play versus them, and I mean, we didn't lose a single game with this comp on screen.
Yeah, I mean, so was the Skyhammer, like, would you play that comp on another map? It definitely seems like it's really strong on Skyhammer, right? 100%, right? Because of just like how like bunker builds are fantastic on the map, obviously. Would you have played that on any map, or would you have played something different on other maps?
Outside of Temple, it's fine, I think.
Okay.
Because I think the thing that's fucked up us is like multiple objectives, Hammer.
Yeah.
So on Nifel, even though the map is big, I mean, it should be fine.
Yeah, very interesting.
Because actually the strength warrior is deals too much damage. Sometimes he's one-shot people, like. But yeah, and that's it. Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
we came with the ultimate strat again. They don't have strat, and we stomp them. Stomp everyone.
I mean, yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, this is... It's kind of cool to see, actually, because, of course, I feel like, you know, the French, I feel like, haven't played together for a while, right? Like, full French team, like, hasn't been a thing for a while, like, full French Worms, and now you're back. I think that was that basically everyone, right? That was, like, obviously you, Goku, I think Azaz was there as well, right, all that kind of stuff, like, the old gang, right? The old crew, back together.
Yeah, I mean, there were some trouble with some people. I don't know, like with some people against some people. So we shouldn't play like full friendship. But I mean, we play this monthly because it's fucking crown and we need to gatekeep.
Yeah.
So Raiken didn't have Comet and the crown, like the fucking traitor can't win without friendship. So that's good.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty epic stuff, actually. Like, whether so. Oh, hang on, wait. Did you lose at all this tournament? Actually, I don't.
We lost versus on Temple versus No Team Alone, but we completely fucked up.
Yeah.
But we completely fucked up the start.
Yeah.
So we just lost a lot of points, but we are comebacking slowly in the game. So.
Yeah. It was very close, right? Like you nearly managed to actually win. Were you worried about any of the other teams? Were you worried about any of the other teams actually in the tournament, or did you think that the Draza team was the scariest one?
Oh, I think No Team team was good. I think Frey team is a bit under these three teams between us, Drazen. But I mean, the meta is like a bit random sometimes, so the game can turn really easily. So I mean, there is like it's not like a full stomp like when you play Scourge, Renegade, and the better team who team fight win. You know, like. So I mean. Yeah, I think everyone could win. So
there was definitely a lot of volatility in the matches today, right? Like a lot of back and forth, like some big comebacks, right? Like and some like big comebacks and all that kind of stuff. Pretty exciting games actually in that regard. I mean, I guess the one thing is, of course, like one thing I do want to talk about a little bit is that, of course, after the expansion, there's a new expansion coming out. There'll be probably some new meta, new theory craft for the French to have some fun with as well. Like, are the French Worms gonna win Master of the Arena? Like, Master of the Arena 3 is coming up. Like, is it a win for France? Win for France?
I always said we were overconfident because we were stomping USA in Scrim. We were stomping them, like, and we fucked up to out-rotate comp in EU. But I mean, I'm not gonna be overconfident because every time I'm overconfident, we lose. So
yeah, I respect.
I don't know what the team will be, but we do our best.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, I absolutely respect that. I love to hear that. And I guess I will just say to everyone, hello, everyone in chat. There's probably quite a lot of PvP people here. I am trying to get everyone together so we can discuss dates, format, like all the rules and stuff for Moda 3. PvP players, help me out. Tell people that the tournament is happening after the expansion. Tell them to contact me right? Or tell me who they are so I can round everyone up and I can make sure that everyone is actually able to show up. We had some clown fiesta stuff, okay, going on with Moda 2 with people not, you know, not being able to actually make it. They actually won the tournament anyway, but still, that's how it goes. But anyway, get in contact. Let's make some epic PvP gaming. You know, it's actually 1-1 right now. Like, EU won the first Moda. NA won the second Moda. So it's all to play for. It's EU versus NA, the ultimate showdown for Guild Wars 2 PvP. But anyway, of course, congratulations. Congratulations, Esprit. And, of course, to Team France. Okay, French Mafia, French Worms, whatever we're going with right now. Do you have any other kind of final thoughts? Any comments on the games, on the matches, on Guild Wars 2 PvP in general before we kind of wrap up here, I guess?
I think people should do Theorycraft a little bit more because I saw some Weaver in Zucher tier list.
Yeah, I think Draza said it was terrible, right? I think like really bad, right?
I think he's not aware. He was not.
Oh. Oh. Hello?
And that's it. There's a 3v3 MAT coming soon. French win, I can say.
Oh, really? You have a good, you like a good comp for 3v3? Like a special comp? I think there's something going on with your... if you're talking right now, I cannot hear you. There's something...
What? Okay. Oh?
Yeah.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I mean, I'm confident for 3v3. And that's it.
Okay.
And Raikön, gros caca.
Yeah. That's very cool stuff.
That's it. Thank you, Teapot.
Yeah,
amazing
absolutely.
cast.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that as well. And of course, I look forward to seeing what you're up to next. And I'll definitely be watching the 3v3 stuff and all that kind of good stuff there as well. But yes, guys, I want to see... We've got to see some French-themed emotes in the chat, guys. We've got the Olympics going on over there in Paris. And, you know, we've got to hype this up a little bit. Winning the monthly AT in Guild Wars 2. Hosting the Olympics. I mean, wow. It's a glorious day for France. So... show some love for the winning team of the monthly AT, guys. Congratulations to all these fantastic players. And, of course, we'll be seeing them around next time. Thank you very much for having a little chat here, Esprit. Hope you had some fun, and congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
But anyway, that's going to do it. And actually, guys, I do want to say this. Right, listen up. Yes, okay. PvP players, while I have got you here, I'm going to explain a little bit about Motor 3. Listen up, guys, and contact me on Discord if you are confused. This goes out to everyone. Okay, we're doing Masters of the Arena 3 after the expansion. Yes, there will be a prize pool. Yes, it will probably be pretty big. Yes, it's PvP. We are going to be using monthly automated tournaments and Tournament of Legends as qualifiers. So in other words, based on how well people do in monthlies and in the Tournament of Legends, that's going to give you points to actually qualify for Masters of the Arena. The tournament is probably going to be in kind of September, October. Again, I don't know. We have to wait until we find out when Tournament of Legends is. We'll probably know that pretty soon, though, obviously, so I'm not super worried about that. Okay. Yeah. It's going to be pretty epic, so get your teams together. And by the way, guys, if anyone is interested, and this is not just like mega tryhards, if you're a team that wants to try and qualify, even if you're not like winning monthlies right now, get in contact with me, guys. I have a Discord channel in Hardstuck Competitive where we are going to be talking about the dates, about the rules, about how the tournament's going to work, right? So everyone's going to be on board, like when it's going to be, all that kind of good stuff, well ahead of time, guys. So if you are interested in making a team, or if you are a team leader, you're already playing. This is cross-region, by the way, guys. It is EU and NA, right? So, you know, it's both in that regard. If you are interested in making a team, please contact me on Discord. If you know people who you think might want to make teams, tell them to contact me on Discord as well. I'm super easy to find, guys. Just MightyTeapot everywhere. Really not complicated. Get in there. If you want to see the ban list, you can see that in Hardstuck Competitive, right? That's the reality.